Oh, that's it. Me and Vic Henley are just babbling, and the song ended there. I wanted to enjoy that one, Vic. I wanted to sit back and enjoy some Johnny Cash doing Neil Young's Heart of Gold, but then we're talking about your birthday and corporate gigs and...
how long I'm going to be gone?
Yeah, you're going to be gone a while. You're going to Auburn for your birthday, exactly. Blah, blah, blah. And then the song ends. So here we are. Good morning, everybody. How are you? What's going on, Vic?
You can't go wrong with Johnny Cash and Neil Young, though.
A little mellow, but I liked it.
No, any of that stuff he was doing, you know, all that stuff he was doing at the end, where a lot of covers and people were coming in, sitting in with him. Yeah. It was just amazing.
I got to credit Jim Norton for really turning me on to Johnny Cash. I've said this a few times over the years, but I knew the basics of Johnny Cash.
Sure.
I probably could have named, I don't know, a dozen songs, let's say. And then when I was off the air for 2 years and I was wandering around with a lot of comics, and when Jimmy was doing sets in Manhattan, every once in a while I would jump in his car and I would do the circuit with him. You know,
nice.
I'd go to Dangerfields.
I remember when you did that. Yeah,
I would go to the cellar. Whatever. And on the way, he had this Johnny Cash. I'm not sure if it was officially a best of. It was just a cassette just filled with Johnny Cash songs. And then I really started appreciating how deep his catalog went and how many damn cool songs Johnny Cash had.
You know, the tribute concert after he died is a wonderful concert, if you've ever seen that.
Sure.
The Mavericks are the house band, I think, in that, and people come out and sing Johnny Cash songs in June. And then I've said it before, it's hacky but true. I just love it on Folsom Prison album where June, you know, just totally excited goes, "It's so good to be back in Folsom." In the friendliest, sweetest Southern way. The only woman in the goddamn building. The only woman in the building. And just for all the comments, it's so good to be. I love y'all.
I never thought that was fair that those guys had such a great seat to see Johnny Cash.
That the convicts didn't deserve it.
Murderers, rapists.
Well, I'm sure it was the best of the best, maybe. They probably earned it. That's how they usually reward the good guys.
Sure. And then someone, I know.
But maybe not.
I'm just pumping it up a little bit.
Maybe
no, there
not,
were some bad people in that room. And then the average person can't fucking, who's living a good life can't see Johnny Cash. That's not
right. Of course, you can't get tickets at the regular Coliseum.
It's just not right.
But the prisoners got front row. Well, the guy, I think, do you know the backstory where the guy, he sang a song that one of the prisoners wrote that day.
Yeah.
And then when the guy got out of prison, Johnny Cash put him on tour with him and would let him open for him. And, but the guy couldn't stay straight and he ended up back in jail.
Oh my God.
I know it's a horrible story. Yeah, it's tragic. It's really cool and then yet it's not.
All he had to do was keep his nose clean.
Pretty much.
He had Johnny Cash helping him out.
Yeah. And
he couldn't get it together.
And I'm trying to think of his name, and somebody can call in and correct. I'm not.
Well, let's fill in the blanks of that story.
Tom, is it Tom? First name Tom. Yeah, that's what I'm reading.
No, the beauty of the internet. We'll get the rest of the story out. That's why I really enjoy when you come in here, Vic. You come up with this stuff that is very fascinating. I did not know this story before.
I've seen a whole bunch of Folsom documentaries and the whole special, the concert, everything.
Right.
No, Glenn. There it is, Glenn. I saw it in that article. Yeah.
Where?
He sings the inmate song.
Oh, Glenn Shirley.
There you go, Glenn Shirley.
That's his name?
Yeah, I said Tom. I was wrong.
All right, let's find out what happened to Glenn Shirley. And, so he writes a song for Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash
sings it at the Folsom concert.
And then the guy does his time. He comes out, and Johnny Cash did not forget about him and brings him on tour. And then the guy fucked it up.
So... yeah, I think it's just from drinking and carrying on. I don't think he went violent or anything.
Sure.
But it says he,
all right, where are we?
At the end of it, right where it says final years, he exhibited behavior that clearly indicated he was a pathological criminal. He made comments about killing members of cast of Cash's show, made threats, Cash's TV show. Cash himself became concerned about Shirley's potential for violence and dismissed him. So I guess he would drink and party and turn absolutely crazy mean. So I was, yeah.
And then he was threatening people.
I guess, yeah. he killed himself. And then he killed himself.
Well, that's just, what a weird story. Self-inflicted gunshot back in 1978. But he was working for Johnny Cash, and then he started threatening members of the Cash entourage. Yeah. Oh, God, dude, you had it.
I know.
His burial, all right. Oh, and Johnny Cash paid for his burial. So right to the end, Johnny Cash was still felt like he had to take care of this guy all the way to the end, all the way to the grave. And there is the guy. Looks like he could have been a movie star. Why was he in prison to begin with?
I don't know that part either.
All right, let's find out.
I knew starting with the he handed him a song. He got a song to him. So
yeah. What was the song just on a napkin or something?
It says he got. I don't know how he got it to him, but he sang
armed
it.
robbery. Okay, in 1968, while serving time for armed robbery. That's not a bad one, is it?
And he'd been in San Quentin, Folsom, Chino, Soledad.
that.
So he did a little tour of California's finest.
I see that. Armed robbery isn't that bad, is it, Vic?
Well, it depends, you know.
I think most of those guys, they don't have any intention of firing their weapon.
But still,
right?
like it's something. That's how armed robbery turns into murder in all those stories. You can't, you know.
If
it's a fake gun, then it's really not armed robbery.
I'm
maybe.
sort of taking Johnny Cash's side. I'm just fucking around. Johnny Cash is thinking, armed robbery's not that bad.
You know.
Because the song was so good. So Johnny in his own head has to think this out and go, you know what? He's weighing it. He's like, this is a damn good song. And then he's like, armed robbery? Maybe he didn't mean to, he wasn't going to fire the firearm.
Maybe the gun was empty. Maybe the gun was empty. You know? That's what, blanks. Nothing but blanks.
That's what he had to work out in his own head. And then decided, no, man, I got to play this song. And then I got to take care of this guy, Glenn Shirley. And then Glenn Shirley fucked it up. I'm always amazed by the people that fuck it up.
Oh yeah, the first time I saw this, I'm just like, as usual, it's in the middle of the night and I'm sitting here clicking channels and I see this at 12:30 on PBS or something. I'm like you, 20 minutes into this, I'm like, holy fuck.
Right.
This guy had it.
He had it.
You know, the song was about the chapel in the prison.
Okay.
I think it was called Greystone Chapel.
Right.
And, which was the chapel in the prison in Folsom, I think. And,
God, he gets to hang with Johnny Cash. He might have another song or two in him.
And Johnny Cash surprised him. He's on the front row at the concert. He doesn't know Johnny Cash is about to sing his song. Johnny Cash surprises him with it and just does it.
So obviously he wrote a letter to Johnny Cash way before the appearance. Let me hear just a little bit of this guy's song that he did. Sounds like it could be a Johnny Cash original.
Total Johnny Cash song.
Wow.
That is a complete...
Guy fucked it up. How do you fuck this up?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm amazed by that. I mean, the big one is O.J. Simpson. He fucked it up.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He fucked it up.
Yeah.
Ended up going to prison for something stupid. All he do is fucking just live the good life.
Yeah, just stay away.
Oh, my God. That's a great story. I gotta get more into that after the show. Thanks for bringing that to our attention there, Vic Henley.
No, that's the whole special, the whole concert's worth watching live. It's just
I've
amazing.
seen it over the years, of course.
You know, and Joaquin, I thought, I don't know if he should have won. I think he should have won the Oscar.
You thought he did a good
He sang
job?
the songs, Jamie Foxx lip synced, usually the people that win the Oscar sang the damn songs.
Right.
Reese Witherspoon wins. She wins and he doesn't win.
Yeah, he did a great job singing the song.
I thought it was a great performance. I just loved it. Every time they're like, why are you in black all the time? You're like you're going to a funeral. He keeps going, maybe I am. He says it 2 or 3 times.
The hair lip might have fucked him up.
I guess so. Yeah,
might have fucked him up.
If you close your eyes, though, he does. He sounds like him. I thought he did a hell of a job.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is he didn't look. He didn't really look like Johnny Cash. Sure. That was the problem with the Beach Boys movie.
Oh, yeah, you're like, it's John Cusack.
I've said this many times. I ended up loving that movie, but the first scene, I didn't realize he was playing Brian Wilson yet.
Certainly.
Because I'm like, that's John Cusack. What is John Cusack doing in the Beach Boys movie? Yeah. And then I realized, he's Brian Wilson.
Yeah. And it took me a long time, too, and it's a good movie. I liked it.
And he nailed Brian Wilson's voice.
Yeah.
But the problem is I felt like he needed to do something to just try to look a little less like John Cusack.
Because the young kid, Paul Dano, looked just like the young Brian Wilson.
That was scary.
Just insane looked like him. And then it would flip back, and you're like, okay, John Cusack's, he's back in the movie.
Yeah. But then when I got over the fact that it was John Cusack, then I settled in and went, man, that's a good performance by him.
Oh, yeah, he did a great job.
Really good performance. That Love and Mercy, right? We got Mike Love coming in next week from the Beach Boys, speaking of which.
Yeah, he's got a book out, I think.
Yeah, we got a copy yesterday.
I was reading an article about it because he had some Manson stories about their involvement. Dennis Wilson.
I know the whole.
It's the whole thing. I think he talks about it.
Nice.
Yeah. I think in the book.
We'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah, there you go. The night Manson confronted Mike Love in a shower.
In a shower. You know what? Let me take a look at this. Is there a little quick video of this there, Paulie? All right, we'll go through the 15-second ad. Thank you, E-Rock. You got props on helping me out yesterday.
Good.
It was a fun show, man, yesterday, Vic Henley. Everything fell apart, and we stepped up and made it work.
There's enough pieces here.
There's plenty of pieces.
Yeah, I can look around.
Plenty of pieces.
Oh, yeah, we can throw together a rideable bicycle easily.
I have confidence in all these fucking guys around me. I could, we could do it. We could easily do it, and we certainly did just that. You got this, Paul? Yeah, let me hear this.
Everyone seems to know the story of Charles Manson, Sharon Tate, the LaBianca murders. There were 7 people who died in the course of 2 nights. What people don't really know is how much Charles Manson wanted to be a musician. And he was really eager to meet as many people. He met producers, he met songwriters, he met musicians, including the Beach Boys. And at that time, they were huge. So this was really something that captured everyone's attention. One day, 2 of his girls were hitchhiking along Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys picks them up, because that's what you did. You picked up hitchhikers. And so takes them back to his home on Sunset Boulevard. He leaves, he goes to the studio. By the time that Dennis Wilson had returned home, Charles Manson and his family had moved in.
Jesus.
Dennis Wilson was really involved. I mean, spending up to $100,000. And this is 1969 money. So, anything that Charles Manson could take, he did. He would drive around his Mercedes, sent his girls in Dennis Wilson's Rolls Royce to go forage for food that they would eat later. Charles Manson really was intertwined with the Beach Boys.
Yeah, that's just amazing, because it was just total luck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Dennis Wilson
doesn't pick up hitchhikers,
got in his car a half hour later because something happened, and he was like, "Oh, I got a little more to do here," then all that would have never happened.
He said it haunted him forever. He thought he was, because somebody they met there was the house where the Sharon Tate murder happened.
Yeah.
And he always felt like if he had never brought him in there, then they wouldn't have known that so and so used to live there.
Oh yeah, of course, all that,
and
absolutely all that. He started passing out LSD tabs and was orchestrating sex partners, Love writes. I love the female form, but this was too much. When he was talking about Marilyn Manson. After the meal, Manson summoned the men to the den, where he turned on a strobe light and revealed all of his girls lying there naked. Jesus, how do you say no to that back in the day? Right?
Sure.
Oh, my God.
Well,
you got LSD, you got naked girls.
And he's orchestrating orgies in front of them.
You got strobe lights. I mean, what?
That's all you need.
Who goes, no, I can't, no.
Too much.
Oh, no.
Too much, can't do it.
No. I'm not going to go surfing. No.
Charlie Manson jumping around in the background, though, I can't, that'd be scary. I wouldn't want to be naked with him just hovering.
Yeah, no. Maybe he kept together for a while there. Maybe they weren't scared of him immediately. Maybe there was a grace period where they're thinking, this guy isn't that bad. He's kind of cool.
It just goes such a juxtaposition of his psycho, and he always looked crazy nutty with the beard and everything. And then you see those early Beach Boys pictures where they're just so clean cut.
I know.
Even when they got a little hairy later, but that's what you think of, and that's who you think. You think of these guys running into Manson somewhere. That doesn't go together. That'd be like those girls from Hanson, hanging out with Gacy. Or something. It just doesn't match.
I would love to see a picture of the Beach Boys when they officially met Marilyn Manson. Because
Charles Manson. You keep saying Marilyn Manson.
Why do I keep saying Marilyn Manson? Sorry, it's early. Jesus. He doesn't even know what Manson he's talking about. Wow, sorry about that. Of course, Charles Manson. Because if he met him when they're all clean cut, that's hilarious. Because then you got to think Charlie Manson's like, oh, I got these fellas.
She said 60. Oh yeah, of course, right? Yeah.
Because they were clean cut, and
She said 69 in that story, and they were probably in that shaggy version of the big picture over there.
Yeah, 69. They were all starting to grow their shit out.
Yeah, Brian Wilson was living in the house with the sand in the living room and the piano and all that by then.
God, that was amazing.
All that stuff.
You know what though? Did you look at that as a crazy thing? I looked at it as that's kind of cool.
That's the crazy artist mind. So I like that. No, I'm with you. Whatever makes you happy to create anything, and you can get away with it, you're eccentric.
You got a room full of sand, but the problem is the sand will now be all over your house.
Oh, sure. It's
How do you
messy.
keep it just in the one room?
It's going to be messy.
If you can keep it in the one room, I think it's kind of cool.
You probably got a housekeeper.
I think it's kind of cool.
Probably had just one lady in charge of sand. There was probably just,
How deep you think the sand was? Like, you have to go at least 3 inches, right?
I don't know. He's pulling up pictures of it. Oh, yeah. It would have to be way deeper than that.
Yeah, because you really want to, squish your toes.
Of course. You can't just half-ass it. Yeah, right.
You don't want to ever feel the floor under the sand.
He's a beach boy. He got to have way more beach.
Fascinating. All that stuff is fascinating. So, I saw the highlights, obviously, but I didn't get to see the end of that damn game live last night. I just can't stay up for this shit.
They missed, the kicker, Graham Gano, Denver goes ahead late after trailing by 10, and then they get up 21-20, and then Cam gets them back into field goal range.
Right.
It's going to be like a 50-yarder.
Right.
And they jump up and call timeout to freeze him. The kicker goes ahead and kicks it anyway and doinks it. It hits the goalpost and bounces in.
It goes in.
So, but it didn't count because they'd already called the timeout. Comes back after the timeout, hooks the living shit out of it. Doesn't even come, literally kicked it sideways. Wasn't even close.
Not even a chance of that thing going in.
And I think he hexed himself. He thought about it. The doinking had him because it was fading to the right. And I think he overcompensated like in golf or something. Instead of the fucking slice, he just hooked the living shit out of it.
I'm just amazed that you could freeze a kicker.
Still,
I'm just amazed you could still freeze a kicker because the kicker doesn't have much to do in a game.
No.
So you think your whole practice would be just fucking with you.
Yeah. Right, of course.
Cranking heavy metal music,
ways, right?
Or just having guys behind you going boo as you're about to kick.
He caddyshack, Noonan!
All that stuff.
Just yelling at him the whole time.
I think when a kicker is practicing, it should not ever be a relaxed atmosphere.
Man, I remember.
Just fire guns in the stands just before he's just fuck with him the whole time he's practicing.
One of my favorite ones, Oklahoma had a kicker back in the 70s. Now, he was in the pros. His name was Uwe von Schamann.
Yeah.
And they were playing Ohio State. And I think the game's in Ohio State.
Yeah.
And so they freeze him. And he doesn't run to the stat line. He stands on the 50 in the visitor stadium. And he's agging them on as they're booing and yelling, trying to freeze him. He stays out on the 50 and he's like dancing around, waving them on. He does everything except flip them off and then walks out there and bangs one from 53 and shuts them the fuck up. And I'm like, man, I've never seen the kicker do this.
Yeah, you don't have much of a job. You really don't have much of a job. Most of the time, you're just sitting and waiting.
And none of the other players talk to you, hardly.
Right.
We're the hero or the zero. That's the only time it comes up.
You're pretty much the weirdo on the machine, on the team. Everyone just leaves you the fuck alone.
Yeah.
But I would just think in this day and age, they figured out how to practice for the freeze or something.
Well,
But it still works. They still jump up and throw that fucking timeout.
Yeah.
Stop everything.
They still, if the coach has the timeout at all levels, they still try it.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can't keep the timeout at the end of the game. You might as well fucking try it.
It seemed like it worked last night.
And it worked yesterday.
Seemed like it worked perfectly last night. Opening night, football is upon us.
It was a great game, though. Denver's playing the third string guy that earned the starting job, Trevor Siemian. Is the quarterback after getting rid of Peyton retires, and then Sanchez couldn't cut it, and they got rid of him. And I think the new guy, they got Paxton Lynch, is not ready to play yet. But the kid did great. He threw a couple of interceptions, but
not many people gave the Broncos a chance in that game without the Peyton Manning and the quarterback situation.
Well, the defense is just as big and bad as it was last year, and held up strong late and sacked Cam a couple of times and banged him around just like they did in the Super Bowl. And if Peyton threw like 17 interceptions and 21 touchdowns last year. It wasn't a stellar year for Peyton. If this kid can do, just more touchdowns and interceptions, they're going to be in every game because that defense is just as beasty as it was last year.
And I think a lot of people agree that the defense was really the real reason they won that Super Bowl.
Of course. Oh, fuck yeah. Totally.
Well, whatever. Good for Peyton Manning.
They took all that money and signed all those D guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let him, he got to run out on the field with the trophy.
Right, I saw all that.
They did the whole,
rah, 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 here we go.
Right. I was still pulling for Cam.
Why does Elway get to walk out with the fucking trophy?
Well, he won the MVP that year. They won the Super Bowl.
No, I mean Elway, though.
Because he was the MVP. That's the trophy of the year he won it in 98.
Okay. Then Peyton Manning comes out with the new one.
They had Terrell Davis, who was the hero, the running back in 97. He came out holding that one up, and then Elway came out. That was the one where he got helicoptered into the end zone, I think. And then this one's for John. That whole stupid thing. And then Peyton got to represent because Von Miller was playing. So they went ahead and let Peyton, represent the last year's group and come on out with it. John Elway and his gigantic horse head.
Peyton Manning has a huge head too, man.
Peyton Manning is a little shrunken Zika head compared to John Elway.
You think?
I think.
That is a ridiculous head.
That's a Teddy Kennedy bucket head, fire hydrant, cinder block with eyes. That's a big ass head.
A cinder block head. And then you're going down to Auburn for your birthday to check out some football, huh?
Yes, and hopefully they'll win. They're playing Louisiana Monroe, so I picked the cupcake game to go to.
I don't know.
That's
what that
right.
means.
That's the name of the school. The name of the school. So it's the University of Louisiana at some city named Monroe, Louisiana.
Okay. It's supposed to be an easy game?
It should be an easy game, yeah. So they lost to Clemson last week. They got Arkansas State. Then they got A&M, Texas A&M, and LSU. So they may be 1-3 by the time I get there.
Well, that could be a fucking problem.
But that's all right. Hopefully they'll beat Louisiana Monroe, and I'll have a good birthday. So just hang out with everybody and do the tailgating and hang out at the house.
I was going to say, are you going to be in the house? We have talked about the house in the last couple of years with you.
Dr. Ed Murray is a fine, fine man, and his wife Sandra, and they own a house right across the street from the stadium, and that's where all the tailgating takes place.
And they don't really use it a lot, the house.
It's only used at the home games. Yeah, exactly.
Is it a bad house that they only use it at the home games?
It's completely awesome.
So why wouldn't they live there full time?
Because he lives in Pell City, Alabama, where he's a veterinarian. He has a job.
And he has just a gorgeous giant house over there.
It was this funky little, we call it the Hobbit house, because it's this weird shapes, and, it's kind of odd, and it's somewhere on a corner where all the property around it got bought and turned into college apartments and different things.
Okay.
And so Mama Goldberg's is a deli that's on the other side of the street, and right across there, this house sat there forever, and they finally got whoever it is to sell it to them. And they all hang out in there, and Auburn memorabilia is all in the walls. And at the end of the games, they spend the night there. They woke up with strangers in their living room where someone's just wandered in.
That's cool.
after the game, someone's hammered and the door's not locked, and they're like, "Oh fuck, somebody's on the couch."
That's like old school college living. I like that.
So it's always a good time.
You get to relive that whole college experience.
It starts early in the morning and goes all night long, and just all kinds of good food and drinking and carrying on, and then occasionally they win the game and everybody's happy.
How many times you go down for the game?
So I try to go 2 a year.
2 a year? Okay.
Yeah. So.
And will you be sleeping in that house?
I will not. I will go back. I'll probably go back. My brother has Terry has a lake house about 45 minutes away, and so
you're not going to find a piece of the floor somewhere in the house to crash?
I've never campaigned for it, but Sandra likes me. She might let me do it. She's the gatekeeper of who gets to stay.
Oh, really? So, you have to get past her?
Yeah, but she's easy though. She's really sweet.
What does it take? Does it take like a bottle of booze,
exactly.
Wine?
Bottle of wine. Hey, Sandra, can I have the bag?
Can you help me out a little bit? I don't feel like driving after this game.
Exactly.
How many rooms though?
It's upstairs, downstairs. I don't know. It's 2 or 3 bedrooms.
They should turn it into like a bed and breakfast or something.
No, that would ruin it. No, that would ruin it.
Don't ruin my experience.
No, exactly. It's really a lot of fun.
Is there bed bug couches in this house?
No, God, no.
Okay,
it's nice, man. No. You're thinking of an old ratty 5 guys in college.
I'm thinking of my old fraternity house.
Exactly. No, it's nothing like that at all.
I don't know if we officially had bed bugs, but we should have.
It's really, really cool.
All right. Good for you.
And they'll all be in a good mood, hopefully. They'll be, but it's going to be a long, weird year for the Auburn Tigers. They don't know what they're going to do. The coach can't make up his mind and says one dude's the quarterback, and then he's playing all 3 guys and was alternating them like every other play.
Really?
Not like series. This guy goes in for a series. This guy, like, first down one guy, third down a different guy. In 40-something years of watching football, I was screaming at the goddamn television last Saturday because I couldn't figure out what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, that never seems to work when you're rotating the quarterbacks
They
in
looked
like that.
like shit, and they still could have won the game. They were throwing it, but they looked goddamn horrible, and he's supposed to be an offensive guru. And, in the first half, they had like probably 20 plays for 30 yards. Or something like that. Every time they turned around, they're bumping into each other, Keystone Cops. For it to be your team, it was frustrating as shit to watch.
I can imagine.
I called my mom in the middle of it. She's livid. It's always fun to hear the 83-year-old Southern lady go, I'm sick of this, God damn it.
Wait, your 83-year-old mom is still passionate about Auburn?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
She never gave that up.
No. She's just, and she'll see, like, they'll cut to the Alabama game and show highlights, and why aren't they showing Saban?
Wow, really?
Yeah. She'll get mad. She knows the plays. She'll get mad when they won't blitz or when a guy barely misses a tackle. That's not holding. She's always yelling and screaming.
But when did her son play that stuff?
40 years ago.
And she's still in.
Oh, God, yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she's got the passion for it. Does she ever go to the games?
Well, that's the big controversy in our family this year. I took her 2 years ago on my birthday game. It was a night game. They played LSU, and everything was cool. And then last year, my brother told her she couldn't come. He's afraid she's going to fall down or something's going to happen.
Oh, my God.
And it's turned into we're choosing sides. I'm in the middle. I can't win.
I don't mean to laugh.
Well, everything she says blows his argument. I can fall down anywhere. I can fall down anywhere. Well, then you can't do this. Every time he says something, she's got the counter answer for it. And everyone's going, you got him. You're totally right. And he's going, no. So she didn't go last year. And it's coming to a head again this year. I asked her the other day, if you ask him, she said, well, he just says he's thinking about it. And I'm like, well, that's what he said last year.
For most of us, the struggle is, when do we tell our parents they can't drive anymore? For you, it's like,
can't go to the game.
She can't. I don't think she can go to the games
anymore. She can, though. She still drives. Because my brother was pulling this shit on her a couple of weeks ago when I was down there, she's told me for months she wants to buy a new car. She does not need a new car at all. Her car's 12 years old.
Let her get a new car.
Right. Oh,
Are you kidding me?
No, because he was being dicky about the football stuff.
Right.
I went, hell yeah, let's go car shopping.
Yeah.
Right, me and you right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
And she almost bought a brand new Volvo SUV.
How old is her car?
It's a 12. It's an 04.
Let her have a new car, Vic.
It looks brand spanking new. It's got 84,000 miles on it. We were going to buy the car. The new color combinations on the new model she hated and couldn't get it right, and we left. I went to Birmingham, Alabama, an hour away with her, intent on spending $56,000.
Good for you.
And letting her do it, mainly because he's being a dick about the football game. She's like, he's going to get real mad. I'm like, we're not going to tell him. Me and you are going to go buy a car, and he's not going to know.
Is there anyone in your family going, Vic, that's $56,000. That's our inheritance.
No. We don't care.
That's a little piece of the action.
No, nobody.
All right, let her have the car.
There's only 3 of us, and we assume
you guys are all good.
Yeah, we're fine. We don't need a dime of her. No, I was all in.
Right.
I was all in with the car, and I'm telling you, it was so funny because she can't hold back. She was very stylish. She worked in retail for 30 years, so she was always fashionable, decked out, looked good. And these colors that just she couldn't, and she's like not being shy about it. Oh my God, that's horrible. So the 2 salesmen think they're about to sell the goddamn car, and then they start showing her the fabrics and the paint color selections, and it's just, and she's like, God, and her nice one is sitting there looking brand new. The 04 model is sitting there. She's opening the doors to it and showing, I can't get this, and they're like, no ma'am, you're limited.
I've never seen color combinations as far as cars go where I would think it's terrible.
There were these ugly. They said the seats were like a khaki tan leather seat interior, and they were totally like a burnt orange, and they had black on the back, so they were almost two-tone seats.
Yeah.
And if you wanted the khaki, they didn't come all in one color. They came with this. So the guy opens the door, and she's like, first of all, that's not khaki. I don't know what you call khaki. That's burnt orange if I've ever seen burnt orange. I don't even know what the hell that is. And oh my God, you can't even get one color, that black on the back like that. Look at that carpet. And I'm like, well, the 2 dudes are just shaking their heads, and I'm like, yeah, it's not going to work.
You almost sound like Louis Anderson in Baskets right there.
Well,
imitating your mom.
I can still, easy. Gloria's easy.
Yeah. In my family, the struggle was, at the end of my dad's life, he still wanted to eat like shit. And he had horrendous heart issues. He was down to one artery, and he wanted his chicken wings
and steaks and stuff like that. Right?
And there were 2 schools like, Dad should be eating right. And I'm like, what? He lived his fucking life. Yeah. Let him have his dumb chicken wings.
Right.
That's everything to this guy.
Yeah.
He's at the end of his life, and you want him to sit there and eat a dry salad.
No, Gloria got a bump up in her pension from my stepfather, and she got a little raise in the past couple of years. And so all this extra money accumulated in her regular account, and she wasn't paying attention to it and noticed, oh my God, there's like $23,000 in my checking account. And so she started thinking about cars. She's been telling me this since January. So when she brought it up, I'm like, let's do it. Especially, she's like, Terry's going to have a fit. I'm like, Terry's not letting you go to the ball game. Fuck Terry on this.
Why doesn't Terry let her go to the ball game? What's the real reason?
Let's buy a car. I don't know. I have no idea. I was telling Foxworthy all this when I saw him 3 weeks ago. He's like, tell her I'll take her.
Yeah.
What if I volunteer to take her? I bet he'll let me bring her.
I would assume the seats are pretty damn good.
They're in a suite, yeah.
It's not like she's got to climb all the way to the top of the stadium.
She doesn't even have to walk. There's a little golf cart that we put her on.
All right, there's something else going on there.
You put her on the golf cart, you ride across the street 50 yards, you get in the special elevator, you go up into the suite. The suite's really nice, and you watch the game, and everybody comes by and says hello to her. She knows everyone there. She's been going for 50 years.
Oh, my God.
So that's the thing that bums her out. She just wants to go say hello to everybody and hang out.
Right, of course.
So.
All right.
So that's why she almost got a new Volvo.
On the show today, besides Vic Henley, who's just killing it, we got the return finally of Pete Davidson. He was supposed to be here yesterday, but he texted me and asked if it was okay if he could come in Friday instead. He had a lot going on, so that's totally fine. So Pete should be here very soon. And then out of nowhere, another one that hasn't been on the show in a long time is Jim Jefferies, and he's coming in today off his hemorrhoid surgery.
Oh, God. Seriously.
I think Roland was getting him a special pillow for today.
Oh, man.
Some kind of pillow that's a little soft for Mr. Jefferies.
Boy.
I finally saw Jim Jefferies' latest Netflix special. Damn, was it good.
He's funny, man.
God, he's
always good.
Fucking
No,
good.
he's money in the bank. His always
Cosby
good.
shit was amazing. Him talking about potty training his son Hank and his relationship.
His gun control stuff from back in the day. I don't know if it's on this new one or not.
Off.
It's great stuff. Great stuff. Very, very funny. Funny guy.
I think his gun stuff was really, really smart.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Smart,
really?
Clever, and really funny. I
agree.
I think that was on the special before.
The last one, yeah.
Because I listened to a couple of those clips just to be, kind of up to date with everything Jim Jefferies. But he's one of my favorites.
I've never met the guy. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
I was sitting. Dennis Leary put together some kind of comedy show, and it was Jim Jefferies. It was Mike DiStefano. And who else was in there? There was a few other guys, but I remember sitting there going, holy fuck, I got to get those two involved with the radio show. I didn't know the first thing about Jim Jefferies at that point, and he was already on his way. And then it just happened to work out. Well, you got a hold of Jim. He came on, and he's been doing this show for a very long time. But he moved to L.A., and we just don't see him that much. So I'm excited to see him today. So Jim Jefferies and Pete Davidson.
And is Colin coming too?
Oh, I'm sorry, Colin Jost.
I think Colin Jost is coming too.
Yeah, Colin Jost, I'm sorry, yes. He's been on the show before. I like Colin. He's coming with Pete Davidson. Sorry, yeah, of course. You got to mention that as well. So we got an action-packed show. Did you see the Twin Towers mattress commercial that everyone's talking about?
I did not.
You haven't seen it?
I did not. Y'all were finished talking about this when I walked in here, and I was just going to wait and re-ask. I missed it. It's
so unbelievable that you think there's no way this is real.
It's like, it looks like a commercial parody. I'm
like, there's no way this is real. And then you're like, oh, that's right. You can't underestimate how stupid people really are. Oh, that's right. You always got to keep that really close to yourself. You should write that on a piece of paper and have it in your front pocket. Oh, that's right. People are really fucking stupid.
Oh, it's in San Antonio, too.
It's in San Antonio, but the first time I saw this, I'm like, there's no fucking way this is real. Someone is just trying to get some action on the internet.
And oh no.
And then we found the news story, obviously, and then Paul was making sure the news story was right, and if that wasn't part of whatever the fuck these people were trying to get done, it ends up it's a real commercial for selling mattresses. Let's play this for Vic Henley today.
What better way to remember 9/11 than with a Twin Tower sale? Right now, you can get any size mattress for a twin price.
Full mattress?
Twin price.
Queen mattress?
Twin price.
King mattress?
Twin price. Store-wide sale all day long. Oh my God! We'll never forget.
Oh, God damn.
What
Jesus.
the fuck?
Good God.
Yeah, she's doing her spiel. If you haven't seen this, I mean, most people have at this point, but we'll tweet out for the people that haven't. There's two salesmen behind her. I think she owns the joint. Or she's way up there in the company.
There are twin towers of mattresses behind her as well.
There's mattresses just piled up, like the twin towers. And you got two sales guys in front of the pile of mattress, and then she kind of pushes her hands backwards, and they fall and knock down the pile of mattresses.
Yeah, that's just fucking.
And then in her stupid fucking mind, she's thinking, well, as long as I say we'll never forget.
Yeah.
A little more somber at the end of the commercial, we should be okay.
They're literally almost giggling before she says we'll never forget. Her we'll never forget is not very sincere.
No, it wasn't somber enough.
No, not at all. And they're just too look, the fake terrified.
Right.
She's laughing.
Right.
She's laughing. See,
she tries to like throw it all together with and we'll never forget.
How did this end?
How did this end?
One and done. Everybody's yelling and screaming. Did they sell some mattresses?
Well, they want to they want to kill Fatty is how
the lady.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're really.
She's
mad
getting all sorts of death threats.
It's Texas.
All sorts of death threats.
Hey, by God, I don't think that's a goddamn bit funny. Now, I don't care what those queers are doing up in New York City, but you're not going to make fun of the sacrifices that those firemen made. I know you're mad because you can't get nachos. So, Jesus.
Some would say, everything is game, making fun of and...
No.
Of course.
Hey,
this is in horrendous...
Yes, that's
This
awful.
is in extreme bad taste.
But that's like you said, though. That is just the perfect example of how goddamn stupid somebody is. And that had to get by several people.
So there's a lot of stupid people. Yeah, that's right.
The creators of it,
right.
the guy running the camera filming it.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of links in this chain. The station for running it.
You would think one person would step up and go, and raise your hand and go, I think this is a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe we're going to get in trouble.
Maybe
we're going to get in trouble. Let's shit can this idea and go with the Auschwitz mattress sale. And there's no mattresses. That's the Auschwitz mattress sale. There's just no mattresses.
Look, but, back in the day, this has come up on this radio show, and me and Anthony, pointed this out a long time ago. Enough time goes by, and it becomes just a stupid thing. Like, there's, well, the Titanic came, there's an actual slide. I'm sure you've seen this by now. And we couldn't believe there was a Titanic slide to the point we did one of these celebrity softball games and we put it in right field. This thing. So what? Enough time goes by and then it's okay? Or like, how does that really work?
100 years.
Because if they have a Titanic slide ride that you could rent for a kid's party, how long before the Twin Towers comes into play? And you set those up in your backyard.
That was, good God.
Now you might go, that's just crazy. That's far-fetched. Is it far-fetched? How many people died on the Titanic? I forgot the number.
Were you here? I was here. I was in town,
9/11, I was living on Long Island, but...
that counts.
Then we couldn't get into the city, so we broadcasted that day from Garden City. That's the day I met Sean Hannity at... It was LIR. It might have been DRE at the time, whatever. Right. It was this radio station that they were nice enough to host us so we could still do our radio show. And then finally got back in the city and stayed in a hotel for a long time just to make sure we were around the whole fucking
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. And so maybe I just remember, I'll never forget that mood in the ensuing days and the few weeks after that. So and I'm not sensitive about anything. I'm with you. I'm a comic. Be funny. Make a joke.
Right.
We were on stage talking about it on September 12th. Comics were trying to talk about 9/11 on 9/12 just to get some sort of weird ass angle to laugh and make it work. So
where I'm at with all that stuff, I think you can joke about anything.
Sure,
I'm in the anything, but it's got to be at times. It's got to be extremely smart and clever, though.
There's specifically at the riskier the topic, the smarter it's got to be.
And we're not even talking about comedy with the mattress commercial. That's just plain out.
That's just stupid. Yeah,
she's
stupid.
She's an absolute dope.
It's that's good God.
Jim Jefferies is coming down the hall. He's walking a little funny. he's walking a little funny.
The one time I knew I was in. I was a senior in high school and I had to get a cyst cut out of my wrist. I just had one of those lumpy things.
Yeah.
So I had to spend the night in the hospital. And the dude in the other bed next to me was a grown man, and he was having some sort of a hemorrhoidal butthole thing so I got a full education on that. At 7. I didn't even know you could get that operated on.
Jim Jefferies, sit wherever you want, brother. All seats are open right now.
Man? How are you?
We're gonna have a full house too.
Vic.
Okay, Vic. You guys have never met?
No.
Vic's a very funny comic, and of course Jim Jefferies.
So Jim Jefferies.
What's up, buddy?
I'm all right. How are you?
You got hemorrhoid surgery?
Wow. Yes, I did. Yes. There's no tiptoeing around that. Yeah, I had very intrusive hemorrhoid surgery. Not the small kind either. And the problem is when you have like hemorrhoid surgery as bad as me, everyone who's had like one of them rubber band once in their life, are always like, oh, I know what that was like. No, this was...
Was it deep and big?
20-something stitches. My left side of my colon kept on prolapsing every time I fucking did a shit, and I had to have a shower and push it back up into my ass, so... Hopefully that's fixed. It's as tight as like a child's asshole now. Like it's all been like it's still now at the moment. It's really painful to have a shit, but it's
how much was it actually coming out? Like
yeah.
How far?
Oh, a lot of it, like a two-fold, like a lot, like more than a thumb, like a whole big thing.
And then you would have to push it back?
I'd push it back up, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was...
Were you fucking horrified when that happened for the first time? Like, what the fuck's going on?
It came out a little bit more, and then it just became a way of life.
Okay.
That's right. Just wash your hands. Push it back, wash your hands.
Yeah, like at home, on home turf, I was fine with me shower. I had me routine, I was all good, but there was like an airport, you've eaten something, and I got to have a shit, and amongst the general public, that's there's blood everywhere, and you're like, fuck yeah. But as I was going under, I was going under, and the fucking anesthesiologist, is that the right word?
Yeah.
She, just as I'm going under, she looks me in the eye and she goes, hey, my boyfriends are big, and then I'm passed out. And it's like, as soon as, if there's ever a time in your life when you want to be anonymous, it's when you know that people are going to be delving into your ass. Like, really, like, I'm on, like, a triangular pillow, like this big triangle thing with my ass in the air, and they've shaved my asshole.
Yeah.
Like, to
got it all nice. Was the shaving kind of fun?
But now it's getting stubbly now. Like, it's not good now. Now I've got fucking hemorrhoids and a bristly asshole.
Got a little porcupine. Got a little porcupine anus.
Because this is the whole thing, like, so you always think about, like, what is it, the Hippocratic Oath, or the oath?
Yeah.
What is it with
it? The doctors?
Well, not Hippocratic. Yeah, Hippocratic.
Hippocratic Oath.
They can't say shit that they do to you. They got to care. And anesthesiologists, do they have to do that as well, or nurses? Is it just doctors?
Because when you wake up, you're saying all sorts of fucking shit.
No. It's like, is she going to tell her boyfriend how fucked up Jim Jefferies' asshole is?
Of course she is.
Of course she is.
Why would you even question that?
But you'd like to think that we live in a world where she would take her oath seriously.
As serious as... no, she's telling everybody.
Of course she does.
We live in a world where she takes a picture of your asshole with her cell phone and then posts it anonymously. See, that's the world we're living in.
You're confused that she's telling her boyfriend or possible husband. I'm convinced she's telling everyone, even the Uber driver.
No, she's telling other people. Well, I'm telling you, so that's all right.
Yeah,
I haven't been on this show for 2 years, and something happened to me in the car. Have we got time for a quick story? Like a very quick thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been chatting to Roland, who books the show. I've been chatting to Roland on the direct message.
On the
Twitter to get here, right? And even this morning, he's like, your car's out the front, blah, blah, blah. So I started going through old messages from Roland. I got messages on my phone from a year and a half ago from Roland, where Roland was trying to fuck some chick. Like a while back. Do you know this story?
Travis loves it.
No, I don't, but I really want to know it right now.
Right. We're so happy right now.
Right. Roland's not like married now or anything. I'm not ruining anything for him.
Roland's probably still trying to fuck that same chick.
He's trying to fuck some chick, right? Yeah. And then he writes to me.
We're loving it.
He writes to me because he has a favor that he wants me to do. Here we go. I'm trying to hook up with a bird. She has a son who's a senior in high school.
All right,
and it looks like you're her favorite comic, but and he wants to be one too. He smokes a lot of weed, and she wants him to stop. Could you get on phone and tell him to stop smoking weed?
Jim Jefferies' intervention.
Roland wanted me to ring up a fucking teenager after all this shit I've said on stage and go, hey, buddy, you don't know me, but don't take drugs.
Roland. Yeah, I just remember that.
He just blew up your spot, Roland.
Sorry. Roland, I didn't notice it. It was in my previous messages when you texted me today. I was laughing in the car right over.
I totally forgot about it.
Damn, this is like...
You're not still seeing that, but...
No, I remember, yeah.
That's all right. So we can read a bit more.
You moved on from her, Roland?
I remember. I totally forgot about it until he mentioned it.
Did you give up on her?
Oh, beyond. Yeah, I don't remember.
Did you ever get anything done?
No.
Did Jim Jefferies ever call the kid?
This is the thing is he goes, smokes weed. And I must have been, it was because I was in a different country or something. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning when I get this. And so he goes, you could help me get laid by a hot MILF. What we do for pussy. Was what Roland said. Right. And so I wrote back because I like Roland, right? I wrote back, sure. And then he sends me a phone number, which I won't read out. He sends her a name. She will pass the phone to her son. He will be home in like an hour, right? And I'm already like drunk in a hotel. Like I gotta call this kid in an hour drunk.
Right. From another country.
I
think I was on drugs.
You say bird.
No, you did call me because you say I'm high, so I'm not in the right place.
Yeah, there's probably a very good possibility you were on drugs yourself as you're trying to tell this teenager not to smoke pot so Roland can get laid.
I wrote back, I can't do it today, mate. Can I do it like Monday or Tuesday?
Still willing to help.
And then he's like, perfect. Right? And then I'm not a bad guy. I come back on Monday like this. Because I already made a promise, so I'm like, all right. I can't find the number, which was the number was further up. I don't know why I wrote that. I'll talk them down. And then Roland wrote back, it's okay. The kid went back to school now, so all's good.
I forgot about that. But Jim didn't give me tickets to the show.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
He's throwing his weight around with a fucking chick. Like, I know Jim Jefferies, and I could get him to talk to your son about drugs.
It was his favorite comic is Jim Jefferies. Like, oh, thank God.
But it didn't work out for you.
Nah.
You had to move on.
It's because I didn't make the call.
I think we blame Jim Jefferies. If he would have made the call, you might have got some pussy.
No, but he did give me tickets to the show, though. There were good seats.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, go tickets.
You're a good guy.
To that little fucking drug addict. He's probably dead by now, him. He's got a needle hanging out of his fucking arm.
Just shaking. If only Jim called me.
If only Jim called me.
His life could have gone in a completely different situation and direction. I'm tired.
It's all good. We were in the middle talking about this mattress commercial that's...
Fuck, I really came in here like a hurricane. Just started
that's a great start.
That was perfect.
We've missed you, man.
Thank you.
You fucking moving to L.A. It really hurt this radio show. We used to be able to count on Jefferies from time to time. And then he goes out to L.A. to become a big star.
People think that I stopped doing the show because my ego got too big, but the truth is,
God, no.
it's because I was never here on a weekday.
Right.
Because I started doing theaters, and then
then there was times you were in town, Fridays. And we were off or something. I'm like, fuck, we're not going to get that opportunity again.
So, yeah, well, we're here now.
You were here a few months ago because a friend of mine claims that he let you in the comic strip.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well after hours.
Wait. Who told that story?
Sherrod? Was it Sherrod?
Were you hanging with Sherrod?
Yeah. I was hanging with a few, and then I gave like a... There's a fucking... And then I was performing in wherever Yale is the next day.
You gave the guy a guest set.
I told some 19-year-old kid I gave him a fucking guest set. And the next day, I forgot all about it. He rocked out. He's a nice lad. Yeah. Fair enough. I'd never seen his comedy. He just chatted to me at a bar, and I let him do a spot. I let him do a spot in a theatre.
Good for you.
Told him to get off drugs. Fucked his mum.
That was the story where they reopened the comic strip, right?
Well, they I don't know how Sherrod was going to rendezvous with him somewhere, and then he knew Seamus had keys to the club, and they'd all gone home, and the place was locked up, and I think Seamus came and opened the place up.
I just banged on the door and walked in.
He walked in, turned some lights on, took a bottle of Jack Daniels, set it down in front of this guy, and then walked out the door and left him.
Awesome.
and left him in there.
That's awesome.
At like 3 a.m, just carrying on, going crazy.
Did you do like a set for nobody? Did you go on the stage?
I fucked an imaginary waitress.
But we're talking about this mattress ad, and I was talking about the slide with Vic. So it turns out 1,500 people died, and you know, you fast forward, and it's a kids ride for birthday parties in the backyard. Have you ever seen this?
So you can rent that.
We have been bringing this up for years on the radio show, to the point back in the day, me and Anthony actually rented this thing at one of our gigs and had it in the outfield for a celebrity softball game.
I think that's all right. It's been long enough. I can't believe that Burger King endorsed it on the side.
It's weird, though, isn't it?
Like that you'd really get into it.
But then we bring it to the current situation. We're like, how long will it be before there's some weird Twin Towers, blow up thing for your children's party in the backyard? Is that crazy to think?
How long? I just want to wait how long till I have to tell people that I have one. Keeping it secret for so long.
So now we got to play the commercial for Jim Jefferies again. And then we got the news report, and then, I don't know, we'll break and do other shit. But watch this, Jim. Where are we, buddy?
Yeah, you got to get some
audio. Where are we there?
Full mattress.
Wait, go back. Here we go.
What better way to remember 9/11 than with a Twin Tower sale? Right now, you can get any size mattress for a twin price. Full mattress. Twin price. Queen mattress. Twin price. King mattress. Twin price. Store-wide sale all day long.
What the?
Oh my God! We'll never forget.
Oh my!
Yeah,
is it a parody or is that
it's real?
It was so unbelievable. I'm like, okay, there's no fucking way. This is my first thought. There's no fucking way it's real. And then I went, oh, that's right. Don't underestimate how stupid people are.
Yeah, you know, people
are really stupid. It's real. It's a real fucking commercial.
Is that a New York company or is that like
San Antonio?
Oh, that's far enough.
She thought at the end of it by saying, "We'll never forget," it makes it all good. But she didn't deliver the line properly. First of all,
there was a member of Devo. You fucking, whip it real good.
Martin Weathersbaugh.
Yeah, Devo. He married like a 20-year-old chick, which I'm all for. Well done. But they had a 9/11 themed wedding.
That's right. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that one.
Oh yeah, cake and everything. Someone made
there's a cake with like a little burning. One of them's burning, and there's a plane.
Jesus.
And then they tried to tap out and said, "Hey man, we hired this guy.
That's the Devo guy there.
Yeah, we hired this guy to make the cake. We had no idea he was going to make this type of cake."
No, but you know what it is? It's basically when you're a pedophile, you want to distract from that.
I like it.
He's not officially a pedophile. I need to say that.
It's like if you do it, but you're like, I'm not as bad as the Holocaust.
Right. Yes. So go to the news story about the mattress sale. And then now, the news had to get involved with this thing.
What, they got arrested? Freedom of speech, you can say that, surely.
No, that must be that must have been the story before this or something. Go ahead, push play.
Queen mattress. Twin price. King mattress. Twin price. Store-wide sale all day long. Oh my God! We'll never forget.
New at 5, that is just a snippet of an ad right in San Antonio that is causing outrage, with some critics calling its reference to September 11th attacks tasteless and offensive. Now, the ad you saw there showed 2 stacks of mattresses piled up,
we saw
then collapsing to the ground while the owner of the store says, "We will never forget." News 4 San Antonio's Amanda Weber talked with the owner of the store, who's now apologizing. Amanda?
Well, Randy, Miracle Mattress is located just off 410, and they've already taken that ad off of their Facebook page. But you can see where here today they've apologized to the public, and the comments continue to grow.
We are not hate. We are love. We are.
Oh, God. Holy fuck, she looks worse. Like they really airbrushed her in the mattress ads.
They sure did.
Holy fuck, she was ugly, but how do they make her worse?
I think she's got to name that mole at this point.
Which one?
Well,
no, it's feeding off her. And it's where the fucking twin detached in the womb.
Her mole has a moon. No? Okay.
Good God.
We're not hate. We are love. We are somebody that stands out. We're Miracle Mattress. We make miracles happen.
Wow.
Shut up. What kind of miracles do you make happen at a mattress store?
I don't know. Maybe she got fucked once or something. But
Miracle Mattress.
She looks like someone She looks like someone who's used a fair few mattresses, not gotten up. You know what I mean? Like,
spent a lot of time reclining.
You got to give her credit. Like, she's a good layer down.
Yeah, she's probably gone through a few mattresses in her lifetime,
The thing is, when people start to look like their pets, when people start to look like the things they sell.
That stands out. We're miracle matchers. We make miracles happen.
Oh, shut up, you don't.
And for our lives to be in danger, that's not what we ever wanted.
Charisse Bonanno says she didn't realize this 20-second ad would cause the controversy it has.
It was stupid. It was a stupid idea that we sent out. We apologize for our stupidity, and we really hope you forgive us for what we've done.
Bonanno says they filmed the ad earlier this week, wanting to get the word out.
She gained a lot of weight in a week.
She does look heavier.
I thought maybe she recorded it 2 years ago. Fucking hell, she's been comfort eating since the death threats have come in.
She's stress eating.
Having a Twin Tower sale for the anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks this weekend. But to many on social media, the concept of the sale was immediately taken as offensive.
You don't see people making fun of things that happened at Pearl Harbor when, the Japanese attacked us. You don't see people making fun of any other war. So why is a terrorist attack on such monumental buildings okay?
She's dumb too. And I like how they go, you don't see people in make fun of Pearl Harbor when the Japanese attacked us.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about when I went on holiday in 96. Right. Don't have to stipulate like you're a genius.
Having a twin tower sale is the most tasteless thing I've ever heard.
In the video, you see the two piles of mattresses. Bonanno says they plan to have 2 towers of mattresses depicting the once standing towers in New York City.
It's offensive to everybody. It should be offensive to Americans. And as an American making the video, and especially living in San Antonio,
why especially?
I don't know how
military
you could
town,
perceive
maybe?
that as not being
and also
offensive as funny or
their sales to ISIS went up.
Huh?
Their sales to ISIS went up. There's like a lot of Muslims just showing up to the mattress store like, these people are all right.
They're all right.
Gotta laugh.
Offensive as funny or a creative marketing. That's not what it is.
We'll never forget.
Now Miracle Mattress says they will donate 30% of their sales this weekend to the 9/11 Foundation.
Oh.
And Miracle Mattress closed today out of fear, they say, after they received several death threats. They say they will still have a sale this weekend, but it will not be called the Twin Tower sale.
Oh.
Reporting live, Amanda Weber, News 4, San Antonio.
Oh, okay. I see what they're
What
doing
did they
there.
change the sale name to?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Yeah.
I must say, though, like, when are we getting the 9/11 public holiday? Like, you think you're going to get one of them soon?
Huh?
You're going to get a public holiday for it soon, right? Day off work.
Never thought of that.
I would assume so.
There's going to be one coming.
We're running out of days we could take off from work, though.
America fucking, like, you do a shit job at, like, actual paid vacations, right? But you slay it when it comes to public holidays.
Yes, we do.
And there's someone who doesn't get them. I don't get public holidays because I'm self-employed,
Yeah.
I'm always like, what one's this?
Right.
Oh, this one's Labour President's Fun Day.
Right.
And what am I meant to do for that? Oh, you have a barbecue.
You're right.
Yeah, you really kill
We've
it.
had it a bunch in recent years, haven't we?
There was a big, they were trying to get rid of the Queen in Australia for a while, get rid of like her off the money and all that. And a lot of people didn't want to do it because we'd lose her birthday.
Yeah.
Because we get a day off for her birthday.
Sure.
They go, no, we'll lose a public holiday.
But can you bring that,
but then you just change it to Republic Day.
But that would be a dick move to take that day back and then force everyone to now work on that day.
But call it Independence Day or something.
Sure, just rename it. But
Queen's birthday. It's not like we all celebrate. We all sit up, we all wake up and go, what did you get her?
All right, listen, we do have to break. Jim Jefferies, fuck, it's good to see you, buddy.
Thanks.
What are we promoting?
Fuck, man. I'm just
Tonight,
on the
the Grand Theater at Foxwoods in Connecticut.
I'm in Atlantic City. I'm doing fucking Borgata on Saturday.
Yes, tomorrow. You're all over the place. Oh, my God. JimJeffries.com. All right. And Vic Henley, what do you got, man?
I got 2 dates with Kathleen Madigan, Pittsburgh and Baltimore in 2 weeks, and then the Omaha Funny Bone next month. So.
Great. We're going to continue with Jim Jefferies. On the way, Pete Davidson. He makes his return to the show, and he's bringing Colin Jost with him, so that's going to be great. Stay there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Got a full room. Vic Henley, Jim Jefferies.
Hello.
Now Pete Davidson and Colin Jost.
Hi,
everybody. Everyone's just being polite now. Hi. Good morning.
Show me the mattress thing.
You want to see the mattress thing?
The mattress thing.
Oh, yeah, I want to know.
We were trying to wait for you to get here, but we couldn't help ourselves because this is just so unbelievable.
Wow, you know it's a bad commercial when you have the World Star link for it.
Well, the only version of this is someone quickly recorded it off their phone, got it to World Star Hip Hop.
Oh, sick.
And
that's why her skin looks so nice. It's through 10 cameras or something before it reached us.
Yeah, exactly. So it smoothed out her moles on her face.
Yeah, there's an app called Mole No More.
All right, you want to see this, Pete?
I would love to.
All right, here we go.
What better way to remember 9/11 than with a twin tower sale? Right now, you can get any size mattress for a twin price.
Full mattress.
Twin price.
Queen mattress.
Twin price.
King mattress.
Twin price. Store-wide sale all day long. Oh my God!
We'll never forget.
Oh, it's getting serious again.
Incredible. See, I find it offensive because it's an ad in America and this happened in America, but in Australia we do them all the time.
You do this type of thing all the time.
That'd be normal.
We're constantly just doing jokes about your tragedies.
I don't think that's that bad.
It's offensive.
Really?
It's offensive to production values.
Yeah,
it's really.
It's only offensive because it looks so shitty.
It mightn't be that bad, but it's really thoughtless. It's really like you didn't think this would upset folks. You didn't.
I think they did it to upset people.
You think?
And mission accomplished.
Because crying. She was on the news pretty much crying on that her mattress store makes miracles happen.
A miracle mattress.
Did they find her and call her a cunt yet? Or
Death threats.
Death threats, all that shit. She had a, and that's what she looks like when you don't go through
you
a
know
cell
what I'm
phone
saying?
camera.
It's like...
That's the real disaster.
Someone should fly a little plane into her.
You want to... Here's her explanation.
Continue to grow.
We are not hate. We are love. We are.
What a fucking fat loser.
We are somebody that stands out. We're miracle matchers. We make miracles happen.
Cherise?
How does she make miracles happen? Why didn't they, ask her that question?
A miracle mattress would be if they pushed those towers down and my dad was standing behind them. I would have been like, whoa, what a sale.
So you're like, whatever about this type of shit?
Yeah, I've seen worse.
It's.
Wait, where worse? What other companies?
You've seen worse mattress ads?
Worse jokes. But where have you saw a worse advert, like an actual
One of the
advert?
guys even missed the mattresses.
Yeah.
He only kind
He
of
didn't even land
it.
Yeah, he hit that third building that miraculously fell down.
Yeah, he didn't do his job properly. Look.
Which one of those guys do you think, hey, I don't know if we should do this?
Well, they're both slightly swarthy looking lads.
The one who looked slightly darker was
yeah.
And then there's another pile of mattresses over there that mysteriously fell, and no one knows how that fell down.
Yeah, no one knows that. Thermite paint or something.
There's mattress truthers now.
Yeah. It's in just extremely bad taste.
It's in very poor taste, but I don't think that woman knew it was that bad.
Because
she looks like a dumb person.
Yeah, she's dummy. She's dummy.
She just looks like a stupid person.
Our point is that...
She was like, what?
All right. Our point is she had to go through some people probably. There's a whole production crew, and not one person raised their hand and went, I don't know if this is a good idea.
I think it's once they saw her face, they were like, who cares what happens to this woman?
Yeah.
I'm going to take...
Just go ahead and cash that check, baby.
Yeah, let's film this.
She's probably a real asshole, and everyone's like, all right, we finally got her. Yeah, this is a great idea. This is a great idea.
I hate to be contrarian, but I think she's smart and beautiful. And I'm not just saying that to be contrarian, but I do think that.
Oh my God. All right, Pete didn't think it was that bad.
Was it San Antonio, was it, or was it Sacramento?
Yeah, San
Antonio.
Texas.
That's where they're from?
Yeah, that's where it happened.
People.
Yeah.
How was the roast? What's that Ann Coulter beating was pretty amazing.
That was a very fun time for us comics up there.
Amazing. But then everyone is starting to say the comics went too far and
No.
Fucker.
That's what a roast does, right?
Exactly.
No, when you're as hated as she is, I mean, you should know better.
Yeah, I don't know why she did it. Right?
Yeah, she showed up. I mean, she did it. She knows what she's doing every day.
Oh, God,
I'll give it this. I didn't really know anything about the woman. Now I do. Now I know she has books and she does stuff. Yeah. And
she's pretty fine with it.
I've bought some of her books now. She has some interesting ideas.
Really turned you.
I only found it. My friend Forrest is here. He was telling me that she used to date fucking the guy who went Dynamite from Good Times.
Oh, yeah, JJ.
Jimmy Walker?
Jimmy Walker,
yeah.
She used to date Jimmy Walker?
Jimmy Walker. None of you made a joke about her dating fucking Jimmy Walker. That's like...
Wow.
There's pictures on the internet with her and Jimmy Walker.
That is one they missed. They didn't miss many, though. They didn't miss many.
Well, they wrote her a set, and she... Wow.
That's great.
But JJ.
Jimmy Walker's just so happy.
He's just so happy to not be yelling dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
No, they gave her a set, and she was like, didn't want to use it. And I don't think she really understood roasts.
Somebody wrote it for her?
I think her and her buddies wrote it, and they like...
her and her buddy Jimmy Walker?
Yeah. That whole set was written by Jimmy Walker. But no, they tried to give her like a decent set, and she was like, I don't want it. And then I think after that, we were like, all right. And then she just ate it.
On meeting her face-to-face, though, off camera, did you find her to be nice or affable? Or?
I didn't even look at her.
Right.
Because I was afraid of the things that I would say to her.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, even looking at her now, like, she's in the mid-40s or whatever, I'd probably give her one. She's not terrible looking.
She is horrifying.
Yeah, but
she's one of the ugliest. Like, did you see
You're looking at her personality. I'd fuck a racist. Not like a...
She's been in here a few times.
Yeah, Sherrod had her at the comic strip smoking. She was smoking weed in the basement at the comic strip.
Yeah,
there's a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah,
is that real? There's a picture of her smoking weed. We were.
I guess I should have did my research.
We were giving her a ton of shit, and she totally took it. She just has the whole pro wrestling, and it's a villain, and
that's
she
the
just
thing.
knows who she is.
It's Rick wrestling.
Yeah.
That's and she knows it.
And she completely and did not give a shit. Was sitting there and was relatively normal.
Oh no, there was a couple times I've never seen her look like that where she was
good.
Like,
then
she was like, "What the fuck?" She was trying to be cool, but you could tell she was being bothered by some of the things.
I hear she has a son
who self-line.
Well, when
I hear she has a son who has to call to get off drugs. So
no, when you're called a cunt and people cheer,
yeah,
it can't be great.
It can't be a good feeling.
So did everyone just like avoid her and just kind of like, or were they trying to be good natured? Like, oh, you were a good sport.
It was the first time I've ever felt where someone was like immediately like, oh fuck this person.
Really?
Like everybody was like, can you believe this fucking cunt is on the dais?
Really?
We're all like, yeah, we can't believe it.
I was more just on a context level, like what? Why is she? It didn't make any sense.
There's always somebody.
I think there were a lot of that. There was a lot of that. It wasn't like Paul and Peyton should be together.
As an Australian, I don't get the roast. The first time I saw a roast was a few years ago when I was here. I've been asked to, and I don't want to do it because I just feel like it's sort of mean-spirited. I don't really...
Sort of.
Yeah. In the sense that I understand that if it was a friend of mine who I'd worked with or someone I knew, but then what I don't understand is, so you're going, what's she doing there? What the fuck's Rob Lowe doing there? Why on earth were we all like, oh, we gotta fucking take this cunt down? What's he done?
I think there was a couple people that said no. And then
they got to Rob Lowe?
They got Rob Lowe, and Rob Lowe was like, yes, thank God.
I'll take this.
No, but it is super mean. It's like, that's why I like it. Because
but she was set up, obviously, because I think when you put a roast together, you do try to find someone like an Ann Coulter, where it's like, okay, there's one solid target you guys got.
She knows that.
Yeah,
I mean, she's smart enough to know that's what she's walking into.
They weren't trying to situation her where, like, they're setting her up to fucking eat it. They wrote her a set, and she said no. Like it was all her fault,
which made it just that much worse.
Yeah. It was really. I almost felt bad.
Yeah, she's not a comedian, so.
But was she cool?
No,
that's right. You said you didn't even make eye contact.
Luckily, Rob Riggle was in between us, so I didn't ever have to really look
Who
at her.
had to sit next to her during that whole thing?
Rob Riggle.
It was Rob?
Yeah. And he, me and him were just looking at each other like, can you believe it?
What are you eating?
Yeah. Sherrod likes her. He really hangs out with her.
Yeah,
he likes her.
Sherrod's high. I'm high, but I pay attention.
I don't agree. I don't agree with her, but when she's come in here, she's been all right.
Has she been nice?
Yeah, she's very nice to us.
Yeah.
But her and Jimmy especially, I got involved with it as well, but more Jimmy, when she was trying to defend Trump on the spastic thing, we're like, no, he's totally making fun of that reporter's handicap. It's so obvious. That's what guys do. We were trying to explain what guys do. When you're pissed off at someone, you find that one thing that is fucked up about him, and you go hard.
Yeah.
And that's all Trump was doing.
And he basically pointed at him before he did. I mean, and he's clearly met him. He did like 3 interviews.
And she would not let it go. She's like, that's not what he was doing whatsoever.
What did she think he was doing?
Just being like,
I don't know.
Yeah, just being like kind of spastic, but not actually making fun of.
He was just making fun of spastics in general.
Yes,
not one particular spastic.
He kept it broad. Yeah.
But we're like, no, he's totally going after this guy. Pissed him off, and if another guy pisses you off, you find the one thing that you could attack him on, right?
I don't think that's a male thing. I think that's a human thing. What do women do?
I don't know if women do it.
What women do is they make up a thing that doesn't exist and spread a rumor.
Okay, right. I think the women go about it a little differently because that's what we were discussing as well.
I can't imagine a girl growing up that was like, "Oh, look at this guy."
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember that. I feel like it's just guys.
It's the lady from the mattress commercial. That's what.
But then she'll go, "Never forget."
Never forget.
Oh yeah, there I see the footage. She's doing a little hand gesture.
She got up and she was trying to make her point. We were like, we just don't see it that way. It's all right.
Yeah, no, he's got the jinky hand.
And he never did it to any other report. It's not like he was ever referencing another reporter and did that move.
He was explaining what that guy would look like if he was a little nervous about what was going on. Whatever. It's old news. But that was the last time she was. That was pretty recent. She was on trying to defend that, and we just wouldn't let her.
Yeah, she just
that point.
She had a book to promote, and they were like, you could do The View or the Rob Lowe roast.
Yeah,
and she just did that.
But in saying that, how is that guy a reporter? Isn't most reporting like typing and stuff, like with his jinky little hand? You know what I mean? Like, is he like someone who does that? Did you ever, like in MASH, right? How the guy played Radar had like a little
Gary Berghoff. He always had to have a clipboard.
Yeah, a little flit hand, right?
Flaminamide
hand, right? And they always found a way that he was always holding something, or he's holding some documents or a clipboard, or he's got a trumpet in the other hand, or. Isn't that one of the privileges of having a fucked up little hand that you don't have to go to war? That you wouldn't make it into the army?
That would probably get you to stay home.
Isn't he miscast as like the little fucked up hand guy? There's so many actors looking for gigs.
And they gave it to this guy, and he's got to hide his hand the whole time.
Yeah, but his little fucking hand, man.
Oh my God! If you go on the internet, it's all the ways he hid his hand during the MASH.
Yeah, different ways to hide.
Oh my God! It's
different ways to hide your hand.
Yeah,
there's a picture of him fisting a Korean kid. The Korean kid seems very comfortable. It's a little happy.
He's just smiling. He's frowning. He's frowning. Sorry, that's a frown.
We have to take this call.
Well, he's at war.
We have to take this call because I knew this was going to come in. Mike, go ahead in New York.
Hey, Opie, you sexy bastard. How are you?
All right, Mikey. How are you?
Good, man. How's your kids? They doing good?
Everything's good. Oh, no. Here it comes.
That sounds like a fucking threat. Do you know where they are right now?
No, I got a lot of respect for you because every once in a while you do admit to say, how lucky we are. We have a job like this, get paid a lot of money, and we enjoy it. We know how truck drivers are firemen, policemen, how hard they work and everything.
Oh, yeah,
Here's why I called. I'd like to ask Pete and Jim and those guys and Colin if they kind of tend to the left, they vote to the left. Are they going to vote for Hillary?
I'm not allowed to vote.
If you,
so there you go.
We'll get you into a booth. We'll figure it out.
I would vote for Hillary, but let me just be very clear about this, that I'm not like enamored about that woman. I'm not like she's the shit either.
No.
I just see her as the better of two evils.
But you know why I called? The reason why I finally realized, just like Amy Schumer the other day, that she went out and she said that people are uninformed if they don't vote for Hillary. Well, that chubby little girl, she's lucky. She count her blessings. Even though she's got a lot of talent, I think all you guys are great. I mean, we need entertainers in this world because, that was...
Like that chubby little girl.
Why did we need to halt and take this guy's call? Wait, what was so important about this call?
That chubby little liberal fucking...
I'll try
Is he still talking about the Korean kid?
If Amy Schumer had a jinky hand, this guy would be impersonating it right now. I'm voting!
I don't know if this helps me, but it says you guys are all liberals making fun of Ann. So they think, and that's the only reason everyone went after her.
No, we're making fun of her because she's a cunt, sir.
Yeah.
No.
She's also a
unanimously hated by everyone.
But I don't understand why she would say something like that to take half her audience, half her fans, and just throw them away. Because, a lot of people, including me, I'm a truck driver. I drive 7 days a week. I'm away from my family. I work 14, 15-hour days, And,
did you have a fight with your wife or something this morning? No, are you saying? Are you saying why would? Are you an Ann fan, sir?
Here's why I called.
Yeah.
Okay, I finally realized why.
Shouldn't you be working?
The Hollywood elites, why they always vote for the left. They always vote for Hillary and everything. I finally sat down and I realized why. It's because deep down inside, all the movie stars and movie actresses and all these entertainers, they make so much money they feel guilty. Guys like the policemen, the firemen, the truck drivers, the teachers, all these fucking people, the soldiers that fight. I'm a veteran too. That fight overseas.
Sir, I assure you, it's not that. I work at SNL and we don't get paid that much.
I was going to say,
my guilt's from Catholicism.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not saying nothing, but I think you guys are terrific. I said that. I'm a big fan of yours, Pete. All right. Let me finish what I'm going to say, okay? The reason why you guys always vote for the left because deep down inside you guys feel guilty. And Anthony, how many times Anthony was on Opie's show and said that I don't want to do sheet metal no more. In the summertime, it was so fucking hard to do it. And he's blessed that he has a judge. And then he fucked that up, too. But anyway...
but he still votes to the right, and he's got money. This is where your story falls.
By the way, I don't always vote. I don't always vote to the left. I'm very much a person to person.
Do you agree that most movie stars and actresses vote for the left?
I think some of the most vocal, but there's also others that
they're
don't.
celebrities. Celebrities are very
there's other
important.
people though that don't want to vote. That want to vote to the right for tax reasons too. Of Hollywood people.
The only thing that's
who want to save money too.
Man, if Donald Trump's tax plan goes through, I would be worth so much more fucking money. It would be outrageous. Like, it's not in my interest for him not to get.
We all should be voting for Trump.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, but
30 years.
Mike.
For 30 years, and fucking, she's in the government for 30 years. She says she's going to do shit for women and children. Well, she hasn't done it for 30 years, but she's going to tell everybody in America what she's going to do.
How hasn't she done anything for women and children? That's just a blanket statement to go, and she hasn't, and she says she will, and she hasn't.
She hasn't done a fucking thing, but one thing she does good is.
Well, wait, hold on. Well, we just based on that mattress ad we just watched. Hillary helped get funding for after September 11th for cops and firefighters. She did work to do it.
That's why I moved out of New York. Because the fucking New Yorkers are stupid. She just moved into New York and they put her as a senator.
Also, they priced you out, mate. Let's be honest.
But that benefits New York.
Jobs in Buffalo, New York. Everybody complains about politicians and they want power. Now they're going to put the biggest politician in Washington. Give fucking Trump a chance. Maybe a businessman would do something.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Businessman.
Give him
a fucking inheritance.
It's hard to say give a billionaire a chance.
I don't
give this white billionaire a chance.
Really nice guy.
Can't someone look out for white billionaires?
I've watched about 11 seasons of The Apprentice. I gave that kind of chance.
I honestly understand a lot of the Trump support because of there's lots of fucked up shit that's happening in the country that Democrats have not talked about for forever, for 8 years or 12 years, because there's lots of people are on heroin, people don't have jobs, and that I get that part of it. There's other parts of it I don't get, which is racism and that.
You don't get
weird,
that bit? That's the easy bit to understand.
You're exactly right.
I get it. I understand.
Exactly
I'm not like a blanket. Let's just go to Hillary because everything's good.
The world has become too politically correct. I'm with him. If I see a person with a jinky hand, I want to point. I want to point. I want to laugh. I want to say, hey, you fags, come over here. Check out this guy with a jicky hand and bring your darky friend.
America.
America.
Are any of you guys excited about either candidate? I mean, actually excited.
I'm excited to see them both, like wrestling style.
There's a little
Who's
bit of
not
me that
watching
wants
the debate?
Trump to win just for the gags, man.
Just to see what happens.
Just for the jokes.
Let's see what happens.
And, but I'm not overly.
I think it's scary.
No one in this room is excited about either.
I'd take Obama again. I like Obama, but everyone seems. There's people who hate him so much.
I love Obama's the best.
I like the guy.
I love Obama.
Cool.
He's so cool. He's cool. Fucking swag.
I'm like, I'll tell you off anyway.
But he sucks at basketball, Pete Davidson.
Does he?
Yes.
Really?
He tricked us on that whole.
He acted like he was.
He tricked us on that. How he goes back to Chicago and still plays basketball with his buddies.
But it doesn't mean that he has to be good at it.
He kind of hinted like he was pretty damn good at basketball. He stinks at it.
When you put on high-waisted jeans to play basketball,
how do we know? Also, that movie, has that movie flopped yet about him going on the first date with his wife? That's
insane. That's insane.
Cinema release that should be like a Hallmark Channel thing.
A real movie?
Yeah,
There's billboards and stuff everywhere. Yeah, here's the movie. It's a movie about Obama asks out Michelle, and she's a bit reluctant, then
it's called Southside with You.
Yeah. And it's in the cinemas.
Wait, this is like a real movie?
Yeah, it came out last week or so.
Why haven't any of us heard about this except for Jim Jefferies?
Because we're busy hanging out with Hollywood elite. You heard the man.
You don't want to go to that fucking movie. If ever a white supremacist was going to lose his shit and shoot up a cinema, it's this movie.
It made $3 million.
You're putting out a call for that?
I'm just predicting.
Is this the trailer?
This is the trailer. You want to listen to it?
You want to watch the trailer?
Sure.
All right, let's check this out.
And I can't get my fucking movie made, but this fucking thing is out? Are you fucking serious?
Well, it's because yours is the same story.
Yeah.
I'm liking this.
It isn't. I'm liking this. An awful lot of trouble for just another smooth talking brother.
He's a summer associate I told y'all about, the one from Harvard Law. He invited me to a community event.
So what's this boy's name?
Wow, he
Barack
looks
Obama.
Like
Barack Obama.
That guy looks exactly like cast it good.
Yeah. I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
I expected it. You were late for your first day of work.
You noticed that too.
I'm your advisor. I'm supposed to notice.
That's a laugh.
Someone's met their equal.
I didn't even know this movie was out.
I did. I saw the trailer.
You saw the trailer?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Billboards all over.
This movie made more money than Pop Star already.
No, it gets better. Keep watching the trailer. You're missing some good stuff.
That's insane.
Well, it's telling you something extraordinary.
You find out that Michelle's an ice cream girl. She doesn't like pie, and he's like, who doesn't like pie?
Yeah, who doesn't like pie?
Like, it's painful. Of course they're powerful,
right?
But they're also in love. Fucking, I'm a truck driver.
I go,
and I got officially connected to this.
And I'm driving right now.
Right now,
I go pie over.
I got it over 100.
Of course.
Yeah,
if you can't have both, you go pie first.
I love when they started making milkshakes where they're like, and we're just throwing cake in there. You know, like you go to those places and they just cut a fucking apple pie and they throw it in the blender and go, apple pie milkshake. Yeah,
and
you go, well, that shouldn't be that is a thing.
It's delicious.
All right, keep watching.
All right, let's try to get through this trailer.
Exciting.
Halfway through.
Well, Michelle.
There's a hole in the for his guy. He wasn't born rich.
Shouldn't we be getting to the meeting?
We have some time. I thought we'd swing by the art center, see some paintings, maybe grab a bite to eat.
This is not a date. How's it gonna look if I start dating the first cute black guy who walks through the firm's doors? It would be tacky.
Cute.
You think I'm cute?
I didn't say that.
Oh, shit!
Wow! Damn!
I actually really, it looks good.
Man, if this woman plays her card right, she gets to live in a house built by slaves.
It doesn't look bad.
No,
if I have a new trailer, I do not want to watch it with you guys.
I tell you what, though, this is okay. When George W. was on the way out, Oliver Stone made the movie where it might as well be called "Isn't He a Moron?"
Yeah.
That should have been the name of the film.
Yeah.
And now Obama gets a "Isn't he good to his wife?" film. Fucking, it's nice, man.
He looks like
They kind of made her look like a little bitch.
and he looks pussy whipped.
Yeah. I don't know if they're happy with this depiction.
From executive
She's sassier than him, but
from executive producer
at least
John
like
Legend.
have him pulling up smoking like a cigarette or something. You know?
yeah, because he was a smoker. Yeah.
No, it's like, did you know he's a nerd?
Yeah.
Would you like to go see some art or something?
Did you know the guy that went to Harvard is smart? Yeah, we did.
Let's continue.
All right.
Let's continue. We're
See
almost
how
there.
if love blossoms.
Sure.
To try and make a difference.
Thought I would too. Maybe I.
We all know we tried to finger her in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on with this.
I didn't think that'd include the rape scene.
Like pie.
This Barack's woman, Michelle.
Finally a sister.
We're not together. Pretty good setting to bring a girl surrounded by people who adore you.
We gotta stop thinking no is the end of the line. You flip those letters around, you get an entirely different word. On. As in carry on.
And an inspirational speech that had everybody in awe.
Say it with me now. They say no, we say.
I hope at the end they don't get together. It's like when they kill Hitler at the end of Inglourious Basterds. It's like a surprise. Whoa, they don't get together.
Politics.
They go on a killing spree.
It's like Pulp Fiction. They're just like, hit it.
You want some?
Sure.
Oh, shit, the kiss.
Now, there's something I just noticed in that trailer. The whole film,
real cute.
The whole film is only set over about 5 hours because they never change their clothes. It is just the one date. But it's the same outfit in every single scene.
Wait, really?
So, if you look at she's always wearing that shirt and whatever. So on the first date, they're saying
Shirt, whatever they're called.
They're saying
women's
I was
shirts.
going to say blouse. I don't know, blouse. Right?
Whatever.
And he was wearing the
Top
things
pants.
that
He's wearing
cover
those top pants. Whatever they're called.
leg coverings.
Leg coverings, okay.
And fucking, anyway, so she's wearing the same. They even show her getting the shirt off the fucking clothesline.
Yeah,
right?
go all the way to the end. I want to make sure your theory's right. She's still wearing that same exact shirt.
So in one,
still there. All right.
In one day, or maybe she's poor and she couldn't afford different shirts. She knows what looked good on her. She had 10 of them. Anyway, but this is the thing is, and so now you can see it's like they've been out all night. It's the morning, and I told you stuff. So on the first date, he took her for pie, art show, and then on the first date, he said, "Gonna go speak to some people down at the church. If you want to come
Not
down
trying
to
to
church."
impress you or anything.
That's a busy day. Jesus.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Like, I think their first date would have just been him for hours explaining his name.
My first date's just the whole movie would be in my car, me trying to finger my girlfriend.
You gotta think he was trying to finger pop her or something.
Yeah,
in that shitty
there's
car
gotta
of
be a
his.
scene, a nice little comedy scene where he fingers her, then hugs her, and smells it over the shoulder. Like, even the president, checks.
Does the move?
Yeah,
Even the president.
that would have been great. Or if he smelled his fingers, was like first lady material.
First lady material. I can't wait for Bill to be, what is it, the first gentleman?
That would be fun to see.
I just want to see that. Because in Britain, they've done it a few times. They've had Margaret Thatcher's husband was just like a guy that, even like the Queen's husband, Prince Philip. He's just 90-something, just rocking around.
Oh, yeah, you don't give up.
That's the best life.
That guy as well, like, for the last 20 years, just says inappropriate shit and just like,
wonderful.
I'm old. He's in Australia and he's in Australia. He's talking to some Aboriginals. He's like, so you still kill people with spears? I'm not. Yeah. And then people are like, you can't say that. And he's like, what are you going to do?
There's nothing you can do to me.
What are you going to do? Hit me with a spear? What about when the Olympics, when the Australians got moved out of their whatever hotel because it was on fire or whatever, and they were like, "Don't worry, we'll put a kangaroo out."
Yeah,
remember what he said?
What's this like during these Olympics?
Yeah, the mayor was like, "Don't worry, a lot of bad stuff happened to the Australians, but we'll put a kangaroo outside; they'll be fine."
Yeah,
what that we would feel at home? Or
I guess calm me down. Yeah, calm me down a little bit.
This is weird. I just read this the other day.
But you guys hate kangaroos, right?
I don't mind kangaroos. I've hit one with my car.
It's like a deer. It's a nuisance.
Do you know how many?
I've heard that.
It's like a nuisance.
Australians fucking hate them.
I like to eat them. Do you know how many kangaroos there are? 40 million. There's only 20 million Australians, right? So there's double the amount of kangaroos than there are fucking people. But there's one of these weird things that I've probably seen a couple hundred in the wild, but I see like millions of people every day, like everywhere. Where are all the kangaroos? You should be bumping into them. Just walking down the street.
Time. Where are most of them?
But they're like dogs, and there's different breeds of them. You have little ones, great big ones. Yeah, wallabies right up to big reds that are like 6 foot tall.
I saw a sick video of some dude boxing a kangaroo.
I'll tell you a funny.
Did the kangaroo have a janky
I'll tell you a funny. They really did. No, because they used to box kangaroos because you can't make a kangaroo fall down because it's like a tripod, right? But put in Marty the Monster and a kangaroo. Now, this happened on live Australian television.
Yeah.
We had this thing called where people would introduce cartoons. In between, we'd get the hosts. Sure. And this was morning TV live in Australia. There's a guy dressed up like a fucking monster called Marty, if you want to just...
Oh, there's Marty.
There's Marty.
Okay.
Greg? Whoa, what are you doing? Hey, cut it out. I think he wants to get... Oh, he wants to get over. Here we go again. Easy on him, Marty.
Yo, kangaroos are sick.
He's choking him out.
He's choking out Marty the Monster.
That makes me laugh so much.
And the way they're
stuck into someone in one of those.
The way now they're just talking about it, but the way they're just they're just like, oh, it's a bit of fun.
Dude, there's a straight up
just boxing match.
Straight up,
that's got to be
beating the shit out of this.
What
dude.
they would do at carnivals is they would do this whole, do you want to win a prize? Come and box a kangaroo. See if you can knock it down. You knock it down, you win a prize.
Dude, Australia's sick.
And so
fucking boxing kangaroos at carnivals.
We used to wrestle bears in America. You don't remember bear wrestling?
All we have is like a dunk tank.
He's too young.
He's
too young. He's too young to remember all that shit.
Yeah,
I love that they're still living in the
you guys
past.
You guys were talking about MASH before, and
our sporting logo is a boxing kangaroo.
Yeah.
You never watch MASH? No. I watch it now on TV.
I never.
Is this the video you're talking about?
Yeah,
there's hundreds of boxing.
Dude.
This is the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got some MMA.
And he's cheating, and the kangaroo's cheating.
Yeah, and the kangaroo's talking to the ref. Like what?
The kangaroo learned that from John Jones, that move.
I love that the ref tried to explain to the kangaroo the rules. Hey, buddy, we don't... Just get the ref. It's just boxing.
I told you.
Kangaroo.
He did try to...
Hey, buddy. Listen,
right. I told you, break clean and go to your corner. We all know, break clean and go to your corner.
Why is there a ref in the ring?
Okay, I like how you're going, why is there a ref in the ring? Why is a kangaroo wearing gloves? like, how did they hold the kangaroo down to put the gloves on to begin with?
Yeah, why are you allowed to just hit a kangaroo?
There was a TV show growing up in Australia.
Why is that okay?
We had a TV show called Skippy. And Skippy was the equivalent of Lassie or Benji or whatever, right. But it was a fucking kangaroo.
Okay.
Right? It was Skippy the bush kangaroo. And the whole idea behind Skippy was occasionally Skippy would come up to this kid and go, and they go, what's that? Sonny's stuck down the well. Yeah. Oh, there's bank robbers in the bush. You know, that type of fucking thing. Shit. Anyway, here's the intro for it. It's
it really is just Lassie with a...
oh, yeah. It was very popular. Very popular.
Kid.
That's so sick. Kangaroos are so sick.
But the thing is, they found out about the old kangaroo. They found out that fucking... occasionally there'd be scenes where Skippy would point like, it's over there, the criminals are over there.
Yeah.
They used to just go into the bush, kill a fucking kangaroo and hack its arm off. So they
used the shot of pointing.
They could just point, over there.
that real?
Yeah, that's real. You see, if you
gotta get the shot.
If you just look back a second ago, kangaroos don't raise its
two
hands.
kangaroos they killed to have two arms.
They don't raise its hands like, oh my god, that never.
Oh my! Well,
you got a natural kangaroo move.
No.
You got 4 million, though. You know, no one's going to miss a few.
40 million.
40 So no one's going to miss a few to pump up your TV show.
They're fucking tasty, man. Leanest red meat on earth. All that jumping.
Yeah,
all that boxing.
We'll take your word for it.
No, it's really tasty.
But you can tell the kangaroo arms going up. Those were different fucking arms. That wasn't from that kangaroo.
And a lot of it when you go to Australia, a big fucking souvenir that a lot of people get is you get the fucking kangaroo scrotum as a money purse.
Yeah.
Every gift store, it's like,
I've seen that.
You want a kangaroo scrotum?
I've seen that on my mantle.
No one's questioning how they're getting the scrotum.
There it is.
Is it in a pleasant way?
And I like how in all the scrotums they put a stamp made in Australia. Like you get one from somewhere else.
That's right.
Yeah, I got mine from Indiana.
They don't want anyone taking their idea. How the hell did they get in the scrotums? Does anyone question this? Was there an expose on this at all?
You can really
you can do whatever you want to kangaroos in Australia.
You can hunt kangaroos and fuck around with them.
I'm with you. Australia rules.
Australia is sick.
It is.
I want to go down there. I feel like it's just people beating up kangaroos and Russell Crowe driving around on a motorcycle is what I just assume Australia is.
It's a great country.
Wow.
I've been. It's wonderful.
Russell Crowe's farm is covered in kangaroos. I'll give you that much.
I would love to go there.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Let's do it, guys. I know we always say we're gonna. Let's do it.
No,
let's go now.
Me and Pete know Russell through. I stayed on Russell Crowe's farm. Like I'm friends with him, and I stayed on his farm. And then, I know.
Wow.
And then Pete, the next day, he comes to me. He goes, "Yeah, fucking Russell Crowe was just on SNL." He goes, "I worked out with him. He was throwing fucking kettlebells."
He was throwing kettlebells. Like he trains like a gladiator. Like literally,
he was a gladiator.
Yeah, no, like that's how he.
But
trains.
that's how he actually
just
trains.
Throws and picks stuff up and throws it and he's a monster.
He's a fun guy, man.
He's really
seems like he's a good guy.
He's the cool uncle I've never had.
He gets a bad rap or whatever, but he's a fucking. You want to go boozing, drinking? He's a fun guy.
He made us. Were you at the host dinner for that? Like we have to have dinner certain nights with a host when he hosts, and like. And he made everyone like punch, his own punch at a restaurant, like a nice restaurant. Ordered all the punch ingredients and made it for everyone.
His big secret is being intense.
You were getting drunk?
Okay.
He says everything in the same tone, and that's why everything seems a little bit intense with him. So it's like, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to get punch for everyone. I'm going to make my own special punch. And then you're like,
are you kidding? Is it somehow a threat?
And so then where's your drink? Are you enjoying that? It's a pretty nice punch.
Yeah, he's very serious.
Yes, I am, or no, I cannot enjoy it if I shouldn't. You tell me.
He's a super sweet guy, man. Really,
if he says it like that, you got to get behind the punch. You're like, holy fuck, I can't wait to taste this punch.
Have you played music?
Badass.
Have you played music with him? Does he? I know he's a musician.
I've listened to his band, the 50-footer grunt.
50-odd footer grunt?
Yeah. He's a fucking, he's a sound guy.
All right. We should take a little break here. When is SNL coming back? You guys close?
It's like 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Okay.
October 1st?
Who do you
What day of the week's that?
That's a Saturday.
That's going to be, we're going to do it Saturdays
They're
again.
still picking the first host.
They still don't know who the host is.
Still don't know who.
I'll do it.
Is there a short list that's going around?
There's nothing. We don't even know.
No kidding. All right.
So what happens there? You don't write any sketches until you got the fucking...
Yeah,
usually.
You try over the summer. You try to like gather a couple of
like 3 ideas at least, so you feel like you did.
Yeah, but you really don't know until you know who's hosting, so you could do whatever you want with them.
Right. All right. What are you guys promoting? Oddball?
Yeah, I am just here because I missed the fuck out of you guys.
Yeah, Pete.
Yeah, but if you guys want to see me sweat outside today, there's Oddball in Massachusetts.
Where? Which venue?
Xfinity Center, I think, is tonight.
I keep changing the names of the fucking places up there.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just really hot outside.
Who's on it? It's all you guys?
I'm not here. I'm in Texas tonight for a show, but I'm not.
You're flying out to go to Texas, Colin. Yeah. Where?
TCU.
TCU, okay.
I'll be in Providence.
Oh, that's right. You got your Foxwoods tonight there, Jim Jefferies, and then Borgata tomorrow night.
Yeah, which is like the worst double my agents could have put together. Like whenever you get like a West Coast agent, they're like, well, that looks like it's all over there. That's a bit of fun. It's fucking 280 miles apart and there's no way to fight.
Yeah, they're like, it's good routing. Yeah. I'm like, no, it's a fucking schlep to get there. It's good for you because you get a cut of this.
Right. Yeah, it's good. Like, you want to see America's highway system. Then it's great routing.
It would be faster for me to fly LA to New York than to get from there to there.
They do it to you guys, all of you guys.
The college
I can't tell you how many times that pops up. You go Foxwoods and then Borgata next day.
Awful.
Right. Yeah.
I used to scream at people, really, Boise to Key West? What the fuck?
I've had ones that I literally can't make, where I've gone, you just book something that you can't physically do.
That's impossible?
Yeah.
I had to drive onto a ferry to get to this college the other day.
Yeah.
And the ferries stop at a certain time, and they're only every half hour, and that was not...
Where was this?
In Vermont.
From Staten Island, it's the most. You should be the most prepared for this event.
No, I know. I was. Waze. You know the thing Waze.
I love Waze.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Huge fan of Waze.
It's so dope. And all of a sudden, it was like make a right onto the ferry, and then
and then
it Wazed the ferry. Like it was like you're in the middle.
It was like you're in the middle of the caption. Like I swear to God, better route.
Right.
Wow.
There's a porpoise on the side of the water.
It was really fucked up.
And so where were you trying to get to?
Plattsburgh? Is that
Vermont.
It says
Vermont. There's a lot of places that I still come to America and I don't.
You don't need to go
All
there.
I know about Vermont is that's where fucking Ben & Jerry's is from.
Yep.
Which doesn't feel like it should be an ice cream place because it's not very hot.
No. It's
those fucking two fat cunts who have sweated it out too much.
It's a nice little tour, though, if you're up there. Get all the ice cream you can eat.
I'm not into foliage. It's fucking. I'm a West Coast guy. I don't want to see.
You don't want to see the leaves changing?
I don't want to see leaves change. Fuck off.
It's pretty impressive up there.
Oh, sure.
I must say.
We were driving yesterday, by the way, and using Waze, and then I remember, you know how Waze will tell you, like, there's an object on the side of the road.
Well, that's why
up.
I went with the porpoise thing, and you guys did exactly what you were supposed to do and ignore me.
No, but
there was a porpoise on the side of.
No, I was driving.
I heard it, Jopie.
It said like,
"Thank you."
This is no good, mate.
Thank you for saving. Thank you for making believe that didn't happen. Anyway,
no, the way it'll say like, there's a cop coming up, or there's. I got one that said there's an animal on the side of the road coming up.
Yeah.
And so I'm driving, and then it's just a Mexican guy carrying a bag.
Oh.
That someone reported
as an animal.
That they found a way to use ways to be racist.
I thought this was like an Australian like hacking a kangaroo's arm off. It's too obscure a callback. I can't fucking. Let's go with the Mexicans being animals.
I'm kind of creeped out by it. I'm kind of creeped out by the kangaroo arms now. That's pretty fucked up.
The minute he said
we'll get you one.
But now it's so obvious, right?
Yeah, the minute he said it, and they showed the clip, and then the kangaroo's like putting his hands on top of his head.
It's like there's a little blood trickling down the arms.
Holy fuck! You think
that's how they made the dwarf
stick? A little stick to it.
You can tell Skippy's kind of sad too because it might have been one of his friends.
Yeah, he knows. He knows he has to behave on set.
That's the
They probably do it in front of him. They probably do it in front of him.
Right. That's the same way they made the dwarf's point in The Wizard of Oz.
You're just not right.
In later seasons, you'll see it's one kangaroo arm and one Aboriginal arm come up. Like, I don't know if we're going to get away with this.
And they made the Aboriginal guy cut the kangaroo's arm off to begin with.
And Vic, where are you going to be before we take a break?
I will be with Kathleen Madigan in Pittsburgh and Baltimore, 16th and 17th.
All right, we got killers in this room today. Holy shit! Stay right where you are.
And then I go out with it, and she wouldn't fuck me, and I'm like, really?
Sadly, the show never stopped. I'm sorry, we had to take a break there. Wow, we got a lot of hilarious people in studio today. We got Vic Henley and Jim Jefferies and Pete Davidson and Colin Jost. This has just been a blast. I haven't seen Jim in a while. I haven't seen Pete in a while.
Pete's still in love, in case anyone's wondering. It's funny because it's funny because Pete's mum wanted me to talk to Pete about stopping taking drugs so that Roland could fuck her.
Listen to the beginning of the show. That's a wonderful callback. Wonderful callback by Jim Jefferies. We were talking about eating light bulbs, if people want to know.
That was a wonderful change of subject. Sorry, Pete. He looks happy.
I'm a very happy man.
He's red. Look at him turning red.
You were at the end of that story when we came back, so I got to tell the people it was about eating light bulbs at freak shows. But we all have decided that it looks pretty easy to eat.
It does. It looks like it dissolves on your tongue.
I went the other way. It looks awful.
I think you could be taught this within 10 minutes.
Ooh, I mean, he's wearing a suit and doing it, so I don't think it's that tough.
You think there are open mics?
But you can do. I've seen someone do it with like a wine glass. Just bite into you can do it with any glass. You know, you can look at this. I got to say that all the people on the internet eating light bulbs, none of them look like your high end people. A lot of them look like the guy who rang in about the truck. That was his main point, wasn't it?
We're looking at Redneck eating a light bulb online. But I think you can't go into a cold, but I think within a few minutes, I think you got it.
At the moment, with me hemorrhoid surgery, I'd probably give it a pass.
That's right.
I'll wait a week before I go back to light bulbs.
Yeah, that's true. The other end of it's maybe a rougher proposition.
He went through some hemorrhoid surgery. He's got 27 stitches. The stitches still in?
Yeah, they dissolve. I assume they're still in. I haven't checked. I assume I'm shitting out one every now and again. And
I got 4 hemorrhoids right now, and you said that's how it started.
I had what they call so many hemorrhoids. They're called piles. That's when there's so many hemorrhoids. They're in a pile.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
You know what I mean? Like it's like a big varicose vein of fucking hemorrhoids running up your thing, and it's a weird. That
used to be the old term for it. People go, "You got piles." It's an old back term. People, I'm down with the piles.
It's when you got a whole heap of them. You call it, but it's the one thing when you have a surgery where people hear about it and they just make fun of you. If you go, I just had a tumor on my brain that had to be, you're an idiot. And everyone's also got opinions on hemorrhoids that they want to pass on to you. Like they've had one. Like I've had extreme hemorrhoids. People have had one and they're like, you got to Metamucil and you got to not push so hard. Yeah. Oh, great, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was hoping they'd come back. It's like someone who's had like one pimple going up to a person with severe acne giving their fucking
Here's my
opinion.
Wisdom.
Yeah. Like, what are we watching here? A guy dressed as Santa Claus eating
vapor rub.
A guy eating vapor rub?
I had one of my veins in my balls were tangled, and I had to get it removed. And I just
how do you get it tangled? Do they explain how that
he
happens?
put in a lot of work.
Yeah, I have extremely long balls. I have the longest balls.
That's old man shit.
No,
You're too young.
What do you mean? Like the actual testicles long or the sack's long?
It's like the balls are big and then the sack's long because
ladies are going nuts right now.
That's no good in America with the high water in the toilets. You should move to Europe where your balls will be appropriate.
Yeah. No, it's a problem. Like I sit on them all the time, and
really,
it's really sucks.
How do you know? How do you know it was tangled though? What happened?
Because one of my nuts was
turning blue.
It happened again. I had to go to the doctor again.
Did the actual nut swap position? Is that tangled? Because my cousin had that.
The vein from the left side got wrapped around the right side and created like a rock, and I had to get it sucked out.
Oh my god!
And it's back.
Oh my god!
It's back again. And I have to go get it removed or I can't have children for the rest of my life. So that's what's going on in my life right now.
In my neck of the woods.
What's the procedure? They cut you open.
They go through.
It's like they do the kangaroo scrotum.
They do a slit.
They take it off.
You want a Pete Davidson
under your belly button.
Wait, they cut you under
your belly button, and then on the side on your hips, and then they put tubes through it, and they go all the way down, and they suck it out of the ball.
Holy shit!
Wow. Oh man!
Ouch! Fuck! How did they figure that out?
Good God!
I think that with all these surgeries,
yes, of course.
Who was the first guy
that says, "Okay,
try it,"
to get like hemorrhoid surgery? Like you just put up with them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like rather than having someone go in there and cut your asshole open and redesign it the best they could.
You know, I'm sure they did it kind of like how they test. You know how people get paid to test out stuff. I'm sure they were like.
I think
because it started with a doctor being like, "I want to try something."
Yeah. I think the same with like
there were some bad experiments.
Like
I want to know about the bad experiments.
All food, like we understand that we can eat any animal. Any animal you can eat. Meat is meat, right? Yeah. But then, like, every other food, someone had to give it a go.
Of course.
Right? Just pick it up and go, all right, give it a go. There'd be some poison berries. But there's got to be, like, some cunt, like some dumb cunt back in the day who's just like, all right, guys, Can't eat rocks.
Found out.
Gave it a go.
Or it's always yes. Yeah, you can eat rocks, turns out, too. And light bulbs.
I've just invented hemorrhoids.
Rocks are no good.
That was probably the first thing. All right, let's
that
try.
Was the first thing.
You know
Dirt's okay. Rocks are bad.
Dirt, we're still on the fence about. But
we
rocks,
don't know what the nutritional
not.
benefit of dirt is.
Right.
Top 10 evil experiments done.
Ooh.
I've written down in my pad, lick rocks, don't bite rocks.
The Tuskegee experiment.
What's the Tuskegee?
This will be an upper.
In Tuskegee, Alabama, they infected a bunch of black men with syphilis and a whole bunch of stuff.
I think AIDS,
to see
too.
what would happen.
I'll tell you an experiment. In Sweden, Sweden's like the best looking people in the world, right? It's not a rumor when you go there. Like, they were the last people to give up on eugenics and all that type of stuff. And I was talking about my Swedish tour guide while I was over there. He's like, we had an experiment. They were trying to figure out what the full effect of sugar on teeth were. So to do it, you had to have actual people. So we just fed a whole lot of retarded people sugar.
Oh, my God.
That's what they did in Sweden, man. They're like, we put the ugly people into special home and we feed them sugar. And
why didn't they just have them drink the Mountain Dew?
Just wait till their teeth fell out.
You've heard about Mountain Dew mouth, right?
Oh, what's that?
No, where's that?
Oh, I love that I get to turn you guys on to something.
Oh.
You've never heard of Mountain Dew mouth?
Oh, wow, look at you.
Bring it up.
Wow.
It's an actual thing, Mountain Dew mouth.
Right.
And I'm sure they're doing it for Brandon.
But how do you know it's from Mountain Dew? It's just not just some hillbilly who just doesn't brush their teeth.
It's a known thing. Look at this Mountain Dew is just brutal. The amount of sugar in it, to the point where they have named it Mountain Dew mouth. What happens to it? Yeah, that shut down the room.
I like Mountain Dew.
I
like it.
I used to drink it, but I don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
That will rot your teeth.
That's fucking gross.
The quickest as far as...
Yeah, I'll smoke a pack of cigarettes.
Huh?
One
a year you throw it in, right?
One Mountain Dew. I've gone to Mexican soda. I only drink Mexican. That's what I...
With the real sugar.
The Coke in the glass?
When you get a little bit of money, you have the exotic soda in your house. It's one of the luxuries I've really given myself.
You go Japanese with the little glass ball thing.
What?
Love those.
You know, Vic
I know
knows.
those. Yeah.
The glass.
Kids love them. It's a carbon. It's got a little ball in it. And you pop it through.
And that starts the carbonation. You're having.
But for Coke, they make it there or a different soda.
It's a Japanese soda.
Oh, you don't want Japanese.
You don't know what
soda.
you're drinking because you can't fucking read their language.
Creepy people with their fucking underwear and their vending machines.
Oh, the vending machines.
Yeah, I gotta say, there was about 7 years ago I was on this show and I was talking about like how the British have this reputation that they're really posh speaking when really most of them are like slightly racist, sort of like Brexit people, right? Anyway, for some reason, that clip has gained momentum in the last 6 months, and British people have gotten really angry at me for calling them racist.
Really?
To the extent where Ricky Gervais wrote to me saying that he heard the clip. So I don't remember saying it. So
it's a clip from this show.
From this show.
7 years ago.
I don't remember saying any of it. I had to listen back to it. So any British people out there, I meant every fucking word. I was just fucking kidding around. I don't know. I can't remember being...
clips from the show tend to get people in trouble.
Fucking
Years later, though.
Suddenly,
years later. I know.
Well, it's like that Barbara Streisand. Did you see that ad that's been around? It's Barbara Streisand doing an ad back in the day. It's a PSA, and she goes, "Can't we help these retards?" And it's like, at the time, it's so funny, and you're like, "Whoa, you can't say that!" But it's like almost black and white.
And the thing that's
really
offensive
crazy
about the commercial is she's actually just talking about black people.
He shoots these chords.
This is the beginning. It's so funny.
All right.
This first line.
That was a lucky song for me. But it made me think, what about people who aren't so lucky? Like the thousands and thousands of children who are born each year mentally retarded.
So far, so
They're
good.
often quite helpless. But with help, wonderful things can happen. Like a little retarded boy putting on his own hat and coat for the first time, all by himself. Or maybe a teenager will learn how to work at a job and feel useful, needed, self-supporting. The retarded are people who need people. They can be helped. Won't you support the work of your local unit of the National Association for Retarded Children? Thank you.
I think the word my favorite thing is she goes, "Don't you want to see progress like a retard putting on a coat?"
For the first time.
Yeah, like
retards can put on coats.
But back in the day,
they always wear coats, even in the summer.
She didn't want to say putting on shoes because that was the days before Velcro.
She didn't want to overcommit.
Yeah, she never foresaw a future where retards were putting on shoes.
I think Velcro shoes should have been invented way before they were, right? That seems like an obvious one, though.
Velcro came in the 80s. We didn't have it in the 70s.
But I don't even think we had Velcro shoes in the 80s.
Velcro was a product of the space program.
We had Velcro shoes. I had Velcro shoes in the 80s.
All right, fair enough.
It was like space age. I always love that about, like, what did you just say about
Velcro came from the space program.
The space program. I was just wondering, okay, so how much money do they spend to make that pen that fucking writes upside down?
Like all of the taxpayer dollars?
Yeah, it was like millions and millions and millions of dollars to find a pen that writes upside down. And then the Russians were like, oh, we just use pencils.
So what is this association called now?
What, the retarded thing?
Like, it's not like the retard association.
Yeah, they can't fault her. That's what it was called.
No. But that's what I mean. Like, if you say a clip, if you show a clip
in Australia, they used to call it the Spastic Society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
No, it's not. That's a really offensive thing to say.
We finally found his line. It's kangaroo arms.
I've heard people describe spastic for like a colon.
No. Spastic is cerebral palsy. Spastic. But it's when you call it like spaz. It's like, oh, fuck off your spaz. That's when it gets like a bit. And then you do the chewing gum under the lip. That's the bad one. Don't do that one, kids.
Yeah. We all used
Glad
the
you
word
can put
spaz growing up.
In the movie Meatballs, in the camp movie, Bill Murray, the hero, the nerdy guy, spaz.
Right, spaz.
I'll tell you, okay, well, I just got reminded of
he's doing
I'm going to give my last MASH reference of the day.
Okay.
Oh, there'll be more. Okay, so I bought the box set of MASH.
No wonder the references.
I fucking love MASH. Anyway, do you know, like, the first 5 episodes, they trialled out a character. Who knows what I'm talking about? They trialled out a character called Spear Chucker.
Oh, yeah. It's in the movie. It's in the movie. Spear Chucker Jones. Spear Chucker Jones or something like that.
There he is, Spear Chucker. He had a bit of the O.J. Simpsons about him.
Yeah, no, of course. And then they kind of moved away from that whole thing. Spear Chucker Jones. Right.
I like how they have to put
real
his
name,
second name on.
Dr. Oliver Harmon.
Oh, he was a doctor. Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Spear Chucker.
Hey, speaking of clips on the internet, man, I wanted to ask you about the gun clips. I know you've been over this a lot, but we said before you got here, fucking brilliant material on the whole gun issue.
And that was part of the reason why I didn't come on forever. I didn't want to face Anthony and just go, oh.
That's some great shit, though. That's some brilliant stuff.
I hear you still like guns, Anthony.
It was really smart material, though.
No, it's really well
funny.
done. It's really well done.
You got help for that all over the place.
No, but good and bad. You know, I gained a few fans, and I had a lot of people. The Second Amendment. See,
it certainly is polarizing.
It got me very. I had to start reading up on the Constitution because before I knew the First, Second Amendment, pleading the Fifth.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I didn't fucking know anything else.
Right.
But it's Americans, especially the people who are really into guns, a lot of them seem to be the same people who are into the Bible. And those people seem to cherry pick things out of both things that they're happy with because there's shit in their Constitution that make zero sense to me that Americans don't follow. Like, no excessive fines is one of the bits of the Constitution. Like, well, who's to call what an excessive fine is?
Yeah.
Like, if you're rich, $60 parking ticket is fucking nothing. But if you're poor, that sucks balls.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's, like, no unusual punishments. You got the death penalty. You do waterboarding.
Yeah.
That's kind of unusual.
Waterboarding seems pretty unusual. It hasn't happened to me casually yet.
What is What's waterboarding?
You don't know what waterboarding is?
No. Are you thinking of a wave?
He thinks it's like being on a water. Like, you know
like
you're
wakeboarding?
Kidding, right?
Wakeboarding?
Yeah, is that...
That's waterboarding.
Yeah,
you're kidding. That's torture that George Bush said yes in Guantanamo Bay to waterboard people. And I'm not even
to get them to talk.
I'm not even anti-terror. What
does that do? You put a rag over someone's face and then dump water on them?
Yeah, they think they're drowning.
It's annoying.
By the way, at Oddball yesterday, that looks so refreshing.
Yeah. They should have waterboarding stations at fucking Oddball.
It's just nice to see an Arab getting washed.
Jesus. Wow. I love it.
Yeah,
I meant that as a joke.
It's a pretty brutal practice.
That makes you feel like you're drowning. Put a washcloth over someone and then just pour water over it.
Just water in any facility, really.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
I don't think it's that bad.
You want to try
We'll
it?
do it. Yeah, we'll get it going.
I'll do an experiment. I don't think that doesn't look too bad to me.
But it's not.
I mean, compared to his balls
You're
thing.
watching a still picture. If this was an episode of 24, it would be the whole season.
We got a rag and a gallon jug around. You really want to try?
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
See, then there's this Japanese or Chinese water torture, which is the one where they just have just have a drop going on your forehead 24 hours a day, and it drives you crazy.
Just like a drop.
Just a little drop every 10 seconds on your forehead, and you're just you can't move.
When does it really become annoying? You think? I think the first hour. You're good.
First hour, you're like.
I would say when you get tied up would be the first bit.
Where you start worrying.
Where you go, this isn't as entertaining as sitting normally.
What's the water drip? You just sit there and just
Japanese water torture, or Chinese. It's one of the Asian countries.
I'm thinking if they
is that lady crying? Like, let me go,
dude. It's not
probably.
You don't want to try this for real.
I know this is because they did it on MythBusters right here. This chick, this redheaded bird off MythBusters. How much fucking nerd jizz is spilt over that chicken episode?
I don't think any of this is that bad. I could deal with a little water on my face, like a drop. It's like having an AC leak and you're sleeping.
I think the water drop, they tie you up and you're freaked out, and then you're like, oh, they're going easy on me. They're going to do the water drop, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, and then it's a slow build.
I would love to know when it really
gets so monotonous that you would kill for a rape.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, you're like, this is really driving me out of my mind.
Here, pop up the water drop thing, and so it explains what really gets to you, finally.
Why does it bother you? It's just water.
Yeah, but it's in Japan. You don't understand what they're saying. That's frustrating.
I just want to know why.
Answer me. Please answer me.
Yeah, they're catching Pokemons off your forehead.
Yeah. Wikipedia that, Paul. Let's see why it would become a problem.
What was the myth they were busting? Whether it would kind of like eventually go through your skin or something?
No, whether it was annoying. I think I saw this episode. like whether you did go into a panic state or whatever, you know what I mean? Or whether it was like, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. We're trying to look up the water drop.
See, I think
there's definitely worse tortures. I think we can agree on that.
If I had to be tortured by water drop, I would...
fingernails. Yeah. But this is the thing: is you can do it for a long time. You can just leave them at it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be fucking constantly tending to the fucking torture victim.
It's that little bird that drinks water. It just does that and drops.
Yeah.
You leave him with them.
You can go to sleep. You can come back, check your tortured person. How you doing? But I would go teeth is always pull on people's teeth. That's no good.
Nails is worse than teeth to me.
Lawrence Olivier,
if you rip the nail off,
or things underneath it, like under a nail.
Bamboo under the fingernail.
Yeah, bamboo under
the fingernails was also the.
You know what another good one is? Just tie someone to a chair and occasionally punch them in the face.
Simple.
There's no fun at that.
That does the work.
Seems to work in movies.
Yeah. Here we go. I got plenty of ideas. Wooden stick to the legs.
Victims were strapped down so that they could not move, and cold or warm water was then dripped slowly onto a small area of the body. We know that.
Turns out if it's hot water, it's no problem.
The forehead was found to be the most suitable point for this form of torture because of its sensitivity. Prisoners could see each drop coming, and after long durations, were gradually driven frantic as a perceived hollow would form in the center of the forehead.
So it feels like it's making it a dent.
Right.
Oh, what a bunch of pussies. Ooh. Well, if you're...
that's because those Japanese skulls are so soft and malleable.
If you're a fucking smart person and know that you can't get a dent from water, then,
Then you're all right?
Yeah.
We're looking at fucking...
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork
Keep
Orange.
the eyes open.
Yeah.
Keeping the eyes open, it seems very torturous.
Wow.
That looks bad.
Who of us here hasn't asked a girl to do that? Don't shut your fucking eyes. Do that. I'm happy as well, please.
I was going to say, are you in love? I was about to ask if you're in love.
I'm still in love.
God damn it. And how's Hank? Hank's doing well,
my
huh?
son, he's a great kid, man.
I asked because I just saw your special last night. Finally, I caught up on your...
You knew I was coming in, you thought, I better give it a spin.
Well, I was a little lazy this summer, not going to lie to you. And I finally saw Pete's as well. Both of them were just amazing specials.
But which one did you like more?
Very different, actually. They were both...
I didn't want an actual answer. That would be a cunty thing to do.
What I wanted to spin and say is very, very different stuff. But you brought up your son a lot in the special.
I did.
The material was really good.
I did. He saw the billboard is of me riding on an eagle with machine guns. Right?
Yeah.
And, there's freedom and all that sort of stuff. And so he's coming back from school one day and, he drives past the billboard with me flying on an eagle with, machine guns. And he comes into the house. The first time he swore perfectly. He swore, but he never really nailed it.
Yeah.
And he comes into the house and he goes, "Hey, Dad, were you riding on an eagle with machine guns?" And I said, Yeah, I was. He goes, When did that happen? And I went, a few weeks ago. He goes, "Where was I?" And I went, "Oh, you're at school." He goes, "Oh, that's fucked."
Where was I?
I would be so proud.
Yeah.
Perfect timing from my boy.
Yes, perfect concept.
Yes.
And he pluraled it. Fucked. He didn't say that shit, that fuck. No, that's fucked. Nailed it. He's going to be a great little swearer, that one. I looked at him as a guy who's a good swearer. I'm a great swearer. I looked at him making a joke and swearing the same way I imagine a sporty dad would be proud when their son catches a ball.
Sure.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
he's got a good eye.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's fucking... Like, I love it when my son, does a fart and then giggles to himself. I'm like, this cunt knows that's funny, man.
That's like throwing a fastball for
He's
father.
He's really nailing it.
It's like the way Michelle looked into Brock's eyes on that first date and knew.
Yeah. They dated for 12 hours. They went to they talked to black people, then they danced with black people. There's another bit where they're just dancing to drums
African drums.
Or the Jamaican flag wrapped around them, jumping around.
And then they had the ice cream pie debate for an hour or two.
There's a scene where he dropped his birth certificate and picked him up and goes, "This might come in handy someday."
Right. I think it looks like they went on a picnic.
Hanging on to this one.
Yeah. I don't want to lose that.
Was dating back then more elaborate?
There were camera crews following you.
No, it looks like they did stuff.
It was more elaborate, and you had to talk to him. You didn't just set up the sex on Tinder before,
right? Yeah,
you actually had to get to know each other. Sure.
Yeah, you picked an activity to do.
What was it like, Ope?
It
was a wonderful time.
What was
do you think in that movie they'll have the stupid fucking cameo of a young Donald Trump?
Just being an asshole.
Not wiping an eye on this one.
They'll be watching the TV and he'll be like, "Who's this douchebag?"
He's in diapers in front of a TV looking at
he's older. Isn't he? He's older than
of course. What am I saying?
He's 70.
He's 70. Just turned 70.
He's older than
Brock's
your mama.
Only 50. What is he? About 3?
Yeah, he's younger than me.
He's going to be such a young ex-president.
Yeah. What the fuck is he going to do?
He's going to live for 100 years,
man. He's going to fucking
man.
speak at colleges and make $500,000 at college for the rest of his life.
Every
Play
weekend.
A little jazz bass.
He's going to fucking kill it.
He's going to kill it. He's such a great public speaker.
He might be the first actor after president.
He's going to do a reverse Reagan.
He might do a reverse Reagan.
I'm serious. He's that charismatic that it's like he
do
can
a
do
little
anything.
stand-up?
Yeah, he should fucking do a one-man show. Honestly, I would if I was Obama.
I think he's just about had it. I think he's ready to go.
He's ready to just chill.
He's ready to fucking chill.
What's he got, 90 days left or something?
Not even.
I would fucking start doing
more.
That's
crazy shit.
That would be a cool documentary.
3 months.
It would be a really cool.
January they pop in, right?
A cool documentary would be to see a president in his last 2-3 months after.
See, this is the thing. They did a little parody sketch of Bill Clinton. I remember this, watching this on the news. The little parody sketch of Bill Clinton in his last couple of days in the White House.
This was great.
And he's riding like on a penny farthing down the fucking hallway.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
And then he's like, oh, there's nothing to do in America. America's running itself. The 9/11 happens like 6 months later. Like, Bill, maybe you should have been reading emails or something.
Right. There was some shit going on. Oh, I never saw this.
Yeah, this is great. It's really funny.
Yeah.
When Bill,
it's funny. He did a comedy sketch
when he went to the Funny or Die offices and made a fucking White House video.
Yeah, there was no Funny or Die. There was no SNL. There was no fucking internet, really. Like no YouTube. And he just thought, I'll do a sketch of me dicking around the White House.
Ah, that's great.
He's putting out the sprinkler.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll tweet it out for the people. Fooling around with the fax machine. Getting free shit from the vending machine.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton fucking rules.
He's great. It'd be fun to see him back in the White House.
He looks like Elvis if Elvis got old.
There he is on the bike.
Yeah, he's like, There's Kevin Spacey's
hanging.
I just watched that Kevin Spacey.
He's like, I'm going to make a show about this someday.
I just watched the Nixon Elvis movie. Kevin Spacey fucking nails Nixon. That's the best Nixon I've ever seen.
The movie didn't do well, but I saw that movie. He was great as Nixon.
It was fun. It was just fucking Elvis hanging out.
Wait, what was it called?
Elvis trying to get
Elvis Nixon.
a meeting with Richard Nixon.
It's a sequel to Frost Nixon.
He just showed up at the White House, Elvis.
You never seen the famous picture?
I didn't think. I think Shannon was miscast as Elvis. Yeah, there's Elvis there because Elvis just wanted a badge.
Right.
He decided that he wanted to fight the war against drugs.
Yeah.
And so he just got right into it. But Spacey's Nixon is spot on.
It's
what
really
Michael
good.
Shannon. Oh, that's weird.
Michael Shannon said Elvis died at 40. He's already too old, this cunt. The fucking, he just doesn't.
I didn't think he was that bad at it.
And, Elvis is handsome.
He got to give you. He's got to. Yeah, Elvis.
I think we're missing the obvious is that Elvis is really good looking. And Michael Shannon looks like fucking Goonies.
Like in his prime, no one was better looking, like male or female. In his prime, no one was better looking than Elvis Presley, right? And then you get this Michael Shannon just like, hey, can we play Elvis like a creepy, like serial killer?
Yeah, he looks a little dried up as Elvis, that's for sure. But Elvis
looks like the Elvis they found dead on the toilet.
But Elvis just shows up, and they're like, what the fuck? They didn't know what to do with this, with Elvis showing up at the White House. And then they figured out, and then it was the iconic picture they took.
Yeah, he just wanted to fucking...
And like you said, get his badge.
But there was a telly movie of this about fucking 10 years ago that I also saw, which was the same thing, like a meeting the two. And the two movies... One movie's like, Nixon didn't want to meet him, and they made it happen, which is this movie. Right. And the other movie was like, Nixon was like really excited to meet him, so who knows what the truth is.
I would assume you're excited to meet Elvis. Well, are you kidding me? It's Elvis in his prime. I know you're the president. But...
I bought Elvis's cufflinks and one of his watches.
Ooh, how much?
$12K for the watch. It was just like one of, like, they used to give them away. It said Elvis Presley around the thing. And the cufflinks were like $2,000. But they're like fucking proper, like, they hang below the collar, like a little chain that goes off.
Yeah.
They're a good talking point. They're like really gaudy thing, and then you wear them to parties, people are like, ooh, nice cufflinks. I go, they're owned by Elvis, cunt. And people are like, great cufflinks.
Did they explain when he wore them, at least? So you got a story behind
I got a
him?
certificate. Look, I didn't buy anything that was like where he was photographed with him, because those things go for like $40,000 or whatever. Jesus. But it was in one of those auctions. I was pretty drunk when I bid on the things, and then... And then, you see, now you're looking at cufflinks that look like Elvis. But anyway, I'll bring him in next time. They're interesting things. There you go.
I love anyone that still gets hammered and buys irrelevant shit.
Especially Elvis.
Well, the thing is, it should still hold its value. But, I just wanted something from a really famous pedophile to have in my house.
I've got Jared's pants. I bought the pants. It was like $50.
The before or after pants?
The before.
So before he fucked
more
the kids.
dramatic.
Not the after with the little cum stain.
Oh, that's the DeLorean.
Yeah,
that's Pete in the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Got really high, and we ordered a guy to come to our hotel in the Back to the Future car.
That's awesome.
Right. That's Pete in the DeLorean.
Hold on, I'll show it.
Which DeLorean is it? Is it like
the real one?
The real one from Back to the Future.
This is literally the DeLorean.
You can for about $200.
That's a sweet $200.
You can get them built for about, like, in buying the car, getting the whole conversion, you get it all done for under $100,000.
Yeah, and
from top to bottom.
But for $200, the guy who has the car will come to you and you can hang out and take photos.
Yeah. Occasionally, I think about like fucking doing that and getting, because you can buy these real time machines, right? And then I'm like, man,
not a real time machine.
No, those are expensive.
No, I think
like an extra 20 grand.
Wait a minute.
That's
way more.
How did you say that with such confidence?
That's the guy. That's the guy I rented it from.
You're excited about the guy.
No, that's him.
There's the guy.
Yeah. He actually comes to your house. I swear to God.
What else is he going to do?
Yeah, what else?
I mean,
you know, time machines, they actually move.
I would assume if you're buying the DeLorean, you want a lot of attention.
What I want to know is, I know he comes to your house, but at what year?
Yeah. People call and they're like, hey, are you available yesterday?
Well, it's really real, and you could actually pick whatever year you want. It's
Did he get to drive it?
No.
Why wouldn't he let you drive it in a parking lot or something?
He would have let me drive it, but we were like on the side of...
And you were a bit hot.
Hollywood, and
And he noticed that
I was rocked. Because me and my friends were like, dude, it's a fucking DeLorean, and it has all the shit in it, and...
One look at you, he's like, yeah, these two will not be
He was very careful.
Like he's already traveling through time.
He was pretty much like holding me while I was like playing with it, but everything's in there.
So Kirsten Shaw, oh no, they had the DeLorean in Last Man on Earth on an episode. That's right. So Kirsten Shaw had it. Yeah,
that's
I like the Last Man on Earth. How do you all think about that show? I like that show.
It's awesome.
I think it's a very good show.
Love it.
Yeah,
What's our most hated show on TV? What do we think is the worst sitcom?
Hatest sitcom. I don't. Who watches sitcoms?
What's on?
I don't watch enough to
Half-hour comedy. Half-hour comedy.
God,
The only one I like is Gerard's show.
Actually, that is a good show.
The Carmichael show's great.
And he's hilarious.
He's great.
I haven't seen it, but you know how I feel about those type of people. So.
He's consistent.
You know, sitcom people. You're right.
No, comedians. I don't like watching them fucking talk about shit. Shut up.
I don't like them being successful and all that shit.
Like, I had a sitcom where I played myself. That's what comedians have got to stop doing. Stop playing ourselves. Let's stretch a little.
Dude, I loved your fucking show for real.
Legit is awesome.
Legit was amazing.
It does all right now on Netflix. It got cancelled for the wrong reasons, but I woke up this morning just before I came in here, and we got moved to FXX, and I turned on the TV, and FXX was on, and they were showing Mad About You, and I think that's why I couldn't get onto that cutting fucking edge channel. You know, that's why I was screwed over, because they have all the great TV. Repeats of Mad About You. Give me another season, you pricks.
No, yeah, they could have gave you another season for that. You could have cut the budget a little bit, right?
No, it wasn't a budget thing. There was like, with these shows, there's like one executive really hated it, another one that kind of liked it, and it was just on the brink, and then like the director that I was working with and the guy who co-created it wasn't getting along with everybody, and so there was a few little things. I almost there's a script for a movie to wrap it all up, and I got offered some money in Australia because the show did well in Australia to wrap it all up, but it wasn't enough to really make it. But I wouldn't mind going into Netflix and pitching something just to wrap it all up, because you can't really have a half-hour comedy about a dying guy in a wheelchair and not have the cunt die. You know, it has to end with a funny death with a fucking muscular dystrophy guy fucking dying, you know. DJ Qualls choking on a fucking peanut because the muscles around his throat weren't fucking strong enough to swallow it.
Sick.
You know,
I love Jim Jefferies so much. He says what we're all thinking.
Yes.
I'll tell you a story. I feel bad. Oh, this is all right. It's okay. There's a lot of disabled people that were on Legit, and I have a fondness for the disabled. I like them, you know. And
that's the preface.
That'll happen because we had one disabled character, and then we thought what we'll do is we got to fucking populate the world.
Got to make
home.
some friends.
Yeah, we got to make some friends. So we brought in the Rodney character, and Rodney was a guy with Peter-Willie syndrome, a guy played by Nick Daly, who still gets stopped by TMZ every now and again, just wandering around. They like him. He's always on that. Anyway, we had a few Down syndrome kids who were on it. Now, there was one Down syndrome kid who lived a fair way away, and he used to write to me on Facebook like, "We're still friends, right?" After the show was cancelled. I'm like, "Yeah, man, of course we are. Of course we're still friends." And he's like, "You should come to my house for dinner sometime. My auntie will cook your food, you know." And I'm like, Oh, yeah, sure. And I kept on putting it off. And then I had a week off before I went to Australia where I had a week. And then he wrote to me. I said, yeah. He wrote to me one time and he said, my cousins don't believe that we're friends, right? He'd been writing some checks that his mouth couldn't cash, right? and then I thought, will you tell your cousins that Jim Jefferies is coming to your house for fucking dinner and I'll be there Friday night? And he's like, awesome, right? Cut to the day, I go, so what's your address, mate? Right, thinking he just lived in LA. We say, he's in traffic. He's a 4-hour drive away.
In Victorville? He's out there in the desert on the way to Vegas?
So I ride back to, basically, right? So I ride back to the Down syndrome kid and I'm like, mate, this is going to take me 4.5 hours. To get to your house, like I'm trying for him to go, yeah, okay, don't worry about it, like that, right? And then he replies back like this, no problem.
I can wait.
Did you go? Of course I went. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting in my car.
He's like, cool.
That's right. Be out front.
Cool, have fun.
Can't wait to see it.
How long were you at the house for?
I went out for a couple hours and,
That's great.
What'd you have?
It's some fucking Indian food, man. They were nice people. I just had to drive a long way.
Oh, fuck.
I still stay in touch with Nick. Nick's the guy who played Rodney. Nick has a syndrome called Peter Willie syndrome. And it's like, he has got like a certain, the mentality of someone younger type of thing. He's very, he speaks quite eloquently, that type of stuff. But he's in the car and I was taking him out to Dan Bacadol, who played Steve in Legit, who's now in Life in Pieces or whatever. Dan got a new pinball machine, and he goes, come and try out my new pinball machine. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll pick up Nick. He'll love to see you again, and so Dan lives out in the valley, so I got like a 40-minute drive, so I pick up Nick. And the conversation between me and Nick is pretty basic, right? And so I'm there going, so how's your mum? And he's like, Mum's good. And I'm like, how's your stepdad? He's doing good as well. And I go, you been acting much? And he's like, no, I've given up acting. Right? Like, you're so depressed. And then he's like, I'm like, have you been watching any movies? Yeah, I've been watching movies. And I'm trying to keep it going. And then, like, he just turns to me halfway through my 20th question. And he just looks at me and goes, I'm going to go to sleep now. like I bored the shit out of him.
You're trying to be nice.
And then he rolls away to the side.
Oh, my God. Well, anyway, Legit was wonderful, and you should do something to wrap it up on Netflix.
At the moment, I've got a TV deal I'm trying to write a sitcom about, like, me being the original member from the Thunder from Down Under, and then I've retired out.
Yeah.
And I fucking I just look like a fat. So I actually went out to the Thunder from Down Under while I was in Vegas to go and see them. It's, how do I say this? Women are horrible people.
Why?
They're fucking men in strip clubs.
Oh, you know this,
At least we respectfully sort of sit there.
I would figure the guys don't give a fuck. Though.
No, it's not even that they don't give a fuck, but the women...
It's how the audiences act completely different.
Yeah. The women lose their fucking minds.
Oh, yeah, we know all that.
No, they're grabbing and stuff like that. Yeah. They're also doing it in front of, like, sister-in-laws and mother-in-laws, and everyone's like, right, we're all bitches, right? We can keep this secret. Hey, go and fuck over my son. I used to fuck over his dad all the time. That's why women, we fuck people over. Come on. Who's down for it?
Wait, the Thunder Down Under is like
male strippers.
So they're Chippendales.
Yeah, but it's the number one thing, and the whole idea.
But they're like really hot, aren't they?
No, allegedly women.
You're in love.
You're in love.
Do you know? Chippendale, fucking Iron Ziering. Just has been doing that for 20 years.
Ian Ziering's been doing naked dancing. That Tyson Beckford guy, all those hot hunks.
He's Sharknado guy.
Wow.
He does it for real?
He does it for real.
No. Now I know why they have made so many of those movies.
He's the face of that thing since 90210. Ian Ziering does the Chippendales actual show. Like, that was his next gig.
Wow.
You could tell they,
special guest star, Ian Ziering.
Sharks.
Wow. Ian Ziering.
No sharks, just skin. Wow. Good for him embracing that.
Sure.
just being like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you got to fucking...
I'm in Sharknado 5. I don't give a shit.
You got to have a gig, right?
Yeah.
And it's also at the Rio. Ugh.
Those Sharknado movies were all right. I mean,
no, what are you talking about?
The first couple.
No,
for what they were.
The first one was not good for its campy shit. Yeah. But then it's afterwards, it's like, we get the joke.
I hung in there for 2. What are they up to?
The first one they made wasn't a joke, and then it became a joke.
The Sci-Fi Network do a whole heap of films like that.
Yeah,
and that's the one that just landed.
Yeah.
They did one with the fucking kid from Malcolm in the Middle.
Wasn't there like a lava one that they did like Lava Tarantula?
Lava, exactly.
Lava Tarantula.
Yeah. And
like
what is it? And it was with Steve Gutenberg or something. It was like
Steve Gutenberg.
It was like playing a Police Academy.
Can we please watch the Lava Tarantula trailer?
All right.
Okay, what's the one? Find me with the one with.
Really do that.
I mean, if we could watch fucking Obama's first date, we could at least see something that matters. What's Lava Tarantula?
I didn't know
the network that brought you Sharknado.
Obviously.
Comes a movie that's got danger. That's got action. That's got...
Look at that explosion.
I saw spiders the size of men spitting fire out of their mouths. Fire out of their mouths.
The cast of Police Academy is back.
The cast of the Police Academy! Oh, my God! No. Oh, they're all back!
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, they got the woman with the squeaky voice. That's a good. What happened?
That's a good angle.
Hightower's dead by now.
Well,
surely
they're making a second one. Can you believe that?
That's the sound effects guy. That's what's his name? Winslow.
Find me the one with Frankie Muniz or whatever.
Muniz.
The one, the Malcolm in the Middle.
He's a race car driver now.
Wow.
He's been doing
I hear you.
Yeah.
Where do the spiders get
Here
the
we
lava?
go. Blast
they eat
Vegas.
They come out of a volcano.
Deep within the desert.
They used a couple clips from Mad Max in this trailer.
Build up.
The effects are so shitty in sci-fi movies.
But this is like Vegas being terrorized by
Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
It's gonna set us back a few grand, huh? At least.
Sort of through most of the third.
This thing should be in a museum.
The sword will unleash power unlike
He still looks like a kid. You can put any facial hair on that cunt. It's not
for
going to
his
make
hair. And his receding hairline.
No, he looks like a kid who's got a bit of the cancer.
Yeah.
The storm isn't like a regular sandstorm. It's being triggered by forces that can't really be explained.
How do we beat this thing?
Beat it. Go inside.
No, we're doomed. We can't stay here.
Yeah, of course you can't. There's a fucking storm. You fucking idiot.
I've studied sandstorms. I've never heard of a storm this powerful before.
No, but I think I watched this one. It becomes like a serpent.
I've studied sandstorms?
Yes.
What?
Who the fuck studies sandstorms?
Sandstormologist.
And the fucking Dos Equis man is in it? What is
Something
this?
out there that is not of our world.
No way.
What is Richard Branson doing starring? The guy who runs Virgin Mobile is the fucking star of this movie.
I tell you what I do with like these.
The last line was just no way.
No way.
Did you ever do this with Breaking Bad? Whenever I see Bryan Cranston, I just piece all of his movies together as different parts of his life. Like, so I look at Breaking Bad as like that guy left that bitch of a wife from fucking Malcolm in the Middle and remarried, had a cerebral palsy kid, and then never spoke to Frankie Muniz again and got into drugs.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah.
There's actually, they did an ending where Bryan Cranston is like wakes up and he's in the Malcolm in the Middle bed, and they're like, the whole Breaking Bad thing was like, it was his dream.
Some dumb dream. They've done that before over the years.
There's
actually Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart.
For the older people.
Sure.
He woke up in bed saying whatever.
Yeah, it was her. He rolled over and it was her.
There was a Dallas, didn't they? They did like
they did that for real. They did that for
real. It's just like reset the whole show. Like, oh, that was the last 3 seasons were a dream.
We were in the shower.
All these characters are back to life.
Is that real?
Yeah.
They tried that as a plot. They tried that as a plot.
Is that that one with fucking Dennis Quaid and Michael Chiklis? Or is it no?
That's
the
J.R. Ewing, Larry Hagman, and Patrick Duffy. It was Patrick Duffy walked out of the shower and was like, well, that was a weird dream or something like that.
Yeah.
They tried that as an actual
Victoria Principal.
Victoria Principal, absolutely.
Like that.
Right after she was fucking Andy Gibb.
She was Andy Gibb.
Andy Gibb, baby.
Yeah,
These are names you shouldn't remember. I don't know why I would remember Victoria Principal.
She's a good sort, man. She was like...
sexy?
Yeah, man. She's still got nice skin. Now she's got the skin cream. Which leads me to ask this question. Well, who's the oldest woman you'd fuck in this world where you go, that one's still holding up and still fucking...
Raquel Welch?
Raquel Welch looks fucking... You wouldn't do it anymore. Yeah, but look at a picture. I'll tell you, Christy Brinkley's the only one.
She looks amazing.
She looks amazing. I just did a thing with her out in like a celebrity autobiography reading thing where you read other people's things. I had to do it with her. She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, crazy.
Beautiful.
I'd probably go Diane Sawyer.
Would you?
Well, that's a good choice.
Let's take a look at Diane Sawyer.
I would do Barbara Streisand as long as when she was coming she yelled out the word retard.
I'd go Helen Mirren.
I wouldn't go Diane Sawyer in her day. I wouldn't have done Diane Sawyer.
Look at a young picture of Diane. Oh well, that's not going to help me out.
When the photo is black and white.
I said it wasn't going to help me out.
Wait, Sophia Loren?
Yeah, there you go.
No, but not Sophia Loren now. Have you seen her now?
Look at it. Come on there. That's not that bad.
No, I don't like Diane Sawyer.
Fuck me.
Seems opinionated. Women should be seen and not heard.
All right. I think we got to get out of here. Fuck, this was great.
Okay, that's all. Give us a modern day Sophia Loren, like yesterday.
What's that red dress? What's the red dress?
That's fucking Sophia Loren.
Yeah.
Although that bitch can fuck off. I'm done with that bird. Sophia Vergara. Fuck off.
I can't stand
You're not as hot as you fucking say you are. Stop slapping on the fucking accent. You make me want to vote for Trump.
Yeah, accent slapper.
Oh, it's like if I just came in here and went, oh, good day, guys, fucking hell, and she's just like, hey, Sophia Vergara, and you're like, fuck off. No one talks like that.
You've been in the country long enough where that
people from your country
should sound like that.
No.
Here's Sophia Loren. It's
Go up to that picture. Go up to,
thank you.
There you go. You wouldn't do that.
Colin
Go
Jost.
the one next to it. Go the one next to it.
Oh, come
Look
on.
at
I'm
that.
sorry. That's Sarah Palin.
No.
That looks like Tootsie.
All right, okay. All right.
The Tootsie line should have worked.
The first ladies in order that you fucking give.
You give me a fucking...
These young kids don't know about Tootsie.
That's why? Okay.
You can't throw out
I was too horny to answer. I couldn't.
You don't
focus.
know Dustin Hoffman as Tootsie, and then you put it next to Sophia Loren.
It was a character from MASH.
Dustin Hoffman was in the Cobbler.
He was in MASH. He used to dress like a woman so he could get out of the army.
I'm not giving up on this Tootsie. Now give me the Sophia Loren.
He dated Skippy. Tootsie dated Skippy.
Oh, that's the guy from the Cobbler.
They used to cut off other women's arms so they could make Tootsie point.
Now get the one we had though. I mean, there you go. All right, let's look up. Come on.
Yeah,
you don't know this movie?
Tootsie.
You're 11 years old.
No, I don't know.
You're 11 years old. You don't know this
movie?
movie?
It was Oscar nominated. Bill Murray's in it.
Bill Murray's in it.
When did it come out? 80 what?
Yeah, but
Jessica Lange?
Don't give me that shit. I hate when young people do that fucking shit. Don't do that
1880s?
shit. Because then you go, oh, that's before I was born. So by that reference, we should be able to go World War II, and you should go, no idea.
I disagree because we're not taught about Tootsie in school, and also I saw Jaws.
You are in Australia.
It's 82.
No, but don't you watch classic films? You watch old
I
films?
do, but I guess I do Tootsie just never really.
By this standard, Back to the Future's too old for you.
It is, but it's
too old for you.
Yeah, but it makes more fucking sense to me. No, if I was rented the Tootsie car,
but you've never,
It's just like a Camry.
You've never rented a transvestite. It's the same thing.
No, I think Back to the Future or Jaws is a more of course you've seen that, but
Tootsie's one of these things that's always on Delta when you're going international in the classic film section.
Yeah?
It's always
great movie.
I'll check it out.
It's a stupid movie because everyone was shocked when he reveals he was a guy.
Charles Gurney.
Get the fuck out of here. Look, everyone's like, holy fuck, you were a guy.
I'm standing by it.
But it's not just that he's a guy. It was like that he convinced everyone that he was a woman, and then he became like a soap opera star.
Right.
It's one thing to be an ugly woman, but, you know, the ugly shouldn't be working in the entertainment business.
What was the Cleveland line with the cameraman?
Pull back. How far back?
Yeah.
To Cleveland?
To Cleveland, because trying to make her look sexy or whatever.
Something like
and
that,
they exaggerate fucking old
like
fucking camera guy who's been there forever. How about Cleveland?
I don't get how about Cleveland? What does that mean?
Pull the camera so far back.
They're trying to make her
look good.
Look good, and then this salty old camera guy's like, "How about Cleveland?
How far back?
Something
Cleveland."
like that. Yeah.
Right. I thought because Cleveland shit that was the
Cleveland steamer.
Are you from Cleveland?
Just no reason to defend
you felt like that.
Yeah, I was like,
Cleveland. Cleveland's one of those places. Like I was teasing it when they were like, I was going, I'll let them win the NBA because these people have to wake up in the morning in Cleveland, and people like lose their shit and get angry. Like, fuck you! When you go, Cleveland's fucking awesome.
No, it isn't.
And then all of a sudden they go. Then there's a few of them like, no, I live here. It's pretty horrible.
No, yeah. Like when your whole town depends on a sports team to win to bring you happiness, you're not a cool. Like, we like the Mets and Yankees, but we don't really give a fuck.
Yankee fans do, by God.
Yeah,
Yankee fans do.
I know what Pete's talking about.
You got other stuff going on.
It's things it's things like if the Yankees win, it's not like the economy here is going to pick up.
No, yeah.
And to them, it's like, this will be good for industry. People will get jobs again.
Yeah, they have small businesses in Cleveland, and like
you got to live in a small city. When I lived in Buffalo, I mean, it was all about the Bills.
Yeah,
you lived and died with that fucking team.
Died.
I lived in Western New York for college and radio forever.
It's a bit rough there, isn't it?
It was rough
you don't know
winters.
This? Opie likes the Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, the Patriots. And
that's it.
Well, and who else?
I mean, that's bad enough.
And the Dolphins. He likes 4 teams in the same conference.
Like 4 teams.
In the same
He
conference.
just likes Dolphins, not the team. No. He just loves Dolphins.
It's not fair.
I grew up a Jets fan. Never a Giants fan. I lived in Western New York between college and radio. I was up there a long time.
As you're talking, I'm losing respect for you.
I know, but I feel like I got
4 teams.
And then of course I liked the Bills, and it was when they were on their run. And then I lived in Boston when the Patriots were doing their thing.
So you were a Bills fan when they went to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row and lost? Was that really ridiculous to...
It was unbelievable. You want to talk about a city that you felt the city get depressed.
Were you there when OJ was playing?
No, God, no. I'm not that old. Jesus.
He's late 70s.
I don't remember anything before MASH.
I was there for 3 out of the 4. And the city
by the 4th Super Bowl, they were like, we're going to fucking lose. We're going to lose anyway.
The 30 for 30 on that whole thing's amazing.
Yeah.
On the
really good.
On the Bills.
4 years in a row and lost.
4
You know how they have
years.
You know how it's like people joke about how they give the T-shirts to like poor children and like that it says Buffalo Bills 4-time champion, whatever.
Yeah.
I saw a guy wearing a shirt that said USA back-to-back World War champions, which I thought was awesome. And then I was wondering if they gave African children ones that were like Germany back-to-back World War champions.
I know we got off Cleveland, but have you guys ever seen the Cleveland PSA for the city? That was done as a goof?
Oh, the one that, like...
Oh. You've seen it.
Yeah, the one that was like, Cleveland! Here's a guy using a payphone.
But it was a spoof of the real one they did.
It's done as a goof.
Now, this is very funny. This is very funny.
Go with...
tourism video number 1. You've got to go number 1.
Yeah, you got to go 1 first, the original. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things that we play from time to time.
Fun times in Cleveland today. Cleveland. Come on down to Cleveland town, everyone. Come and look at both of our buildings. We'll buy some food that's prepared near the street. Who knows, you might even see this guy. You should come on down to West 6th Street. It's the perfect place if you're a douchebag. Watch the poor people all wait for buses. Who the fuck still uses a payphone? Here's the place where there used to be industry. This train is carrying jobs out of Cleveland. Cleveland leads the nation in drifters. Here's a statue of Moses Cleveland. He's the guy who invented Cleveland. Yeah!
That's awesome.
I want to watch the sitcom.
One of their slogans is, at least we're not Detroit or something.
Yeah, I think that
Cleveland
was
is filmed in an abandoned studio.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, it's
I like Cleveland when I go there.
No,
the people are awesome. They've always been great.
No, there's nowhere. Every time I go there, I'm like, let's go out. Where can I go have a drink?
They're like, nowhere.
There's nowhere's open.
Yeah.
You're like, there isn't like even a dive bar. Again.
We were in Cleveland, and there was like, you could take a boat. That was the one thing they just showed it. You could literally take a boat for an hour.
I was walking the streets of Cleveland drunk, going back to my hotel, and out of this alleyway stumbles a woman who was obviously like pissing behind a dumpster. And she stumbles out and she's just like, can I have a cigarette? Like that. And I'm like, sure you can, Chelsea Handler. Right? She was fucking just wrecked in Cleveland.
Chelsea Handler? It was really Chelsea Handler?
It was really Chelsea Handler.
Oh my God, really?
And I just did her TV show, and like I'd done the Chelsea Handler show. I've been on TV with her before.
Wow.
And I'm like, and she's like, can I have a cigarette? I hand her a cigarette, and then she's like, I'm like, I've done your television show. I said, I didn't do very well and I haven't been invited back.
But still. But
and
here's the cigarette.
And then she goes, ring my people, I'll get you back on. I never did it because I thought, what's that fucking phone call going to be like? Well, I found her pissing behind a dumpster.
And she gave me your card.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. She must have been playing another club or something. It was just the most weird bumping into of a person I've ever seen.
You want to try number 2?
Sure.
Or should we...
I got to run because I got to catch a plane. Do you mind if I...
Really? Where are you
Texas.
going? So special.
He's going to Texas. For
Colin
Texas,
Jost.
baby.
He's going to perform for the Christians.
I want to get a group shot and shit. Why don't we just fucking end
Well,
this?
no. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be...
You ruined it, Colin.
Yes.
You ruined the goddamn
Once again, Mr. Jost.
You got a camera?
Yeah, we were having a good bit.
Yeah,
no, the show was really flowing, and this cunt. Colin came up to me last night, and he goes, "Hey, when I was a young comic and I was just starting out, you took me to a strip club in Montreal, and that was really cool of you." Really? And I'm like, "Don't remember that."
I would actually like to add something quick. When my first year in Montreal, you were there, and we had like an hour-long talk, and you were really, really shit-faced, and you were just like, "You're gonna be all right, man."
Was I?
Yeah, and we never met before.
Was I nice?
And you were so nice.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
Do it from this angle. Someone talk. We're doing a group shot.
Someone say something?
Ready? 1, 2. All right, this is a group shot.
I got headphones on.
There we go. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Thank you so much for having me.
I don't remember. You always wonder when it's like a story like that where because everyone has the tendency to be a complete douchebag.
Every comic has Jim Jefferies was the sweetest drunk
nice guy. Yeah.
Every young comic's like, oh, that guy fucking rules.
He does rule.
Yeah, I was like doing New Faces, and that's like, when you first get invited to the comedy festival, and you were like one of the big headliners, and you were just like so nice to everybody at the Hyatt.
I'm a happy drunk.
Yeah,
that's the reason that people let me keep drinking.
No, you're like
my girlfend prefers me drunk.
No, you keep it going.
Yeah.
No, you're like, all right. It's like, all right. Yes.
I always hate when people come up to you afterwards. They're like, "Oh man, saw you at 3 o'clock in the morning. You were so fucking drunk." I'm like, that's what 3 o'clock in the morning's for, you cunt.
Right. What else is supposed to happen?
What are you fucking telling me off for being drunk at 3, you fucking
Why
prissy.
Were you not?
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, why is that guy sober at 3?
You're just holding it together.
What was that guy doing? Did you question why he was up at 3?
I don't want to be upset. I have this reputation of being nice to young comedians.
You're the nicest guy ever to young comics.
I'm always nice.
You were super
That's
helpful.
Why I met you. Yeah, same thing. I'm like you.
Vic
I'm
got me and
nice.
my underage friends high in the basement of the comic.
I tell you what,
we were fucking doing whippets at the comic strip when I was 17 with fucking Vic Henley.
It's easier to be nice because fucking like as you can just see, both of these cunts are more famous than me, and so I can later on go, could I have a job?
Yeah,
I don't think that's true at all.
No, that's not true.
No, but you're TV, Saturday Night Live type people.
You're selling out arenas.
You in Australia.
I'm selling out governors in
the
Long
world.
Island.
Yeah, I do it. Right.
You're touring the world.
I would
with the bed.
I would trade you in a second.
Okay.
He just needed a little nudge.
That's all it
He needed a little nudge.
Yeah, I'm pretty great.
Yeah, you're right. All right, why don't we end this, man? Fuck, it was great seeing Jim Jefferies and Pete. It's been way too fucking long,
Yeah,
Pete.
I'm back in New York, so I'll be around.
You'll be coming in
I'll be
again?
popping in.
That's good to know. Jim, I don't know when I'll see you again. You live in L.A. You're barely around, but we'll fucking figure it out.
There'll be something. I always try to get on like Fallon or something like that, and I think what I'll do is I'll make a trip of it and do some shows, and then fucking...
Yeah, we'll do a couple days in a row or something.
I can't get on Fallon. I can do all the other ones. I've never gotten on Fallon.
Why not Fallon?
Because I don't want to do stand-up on TV because I feel like you're burning material for your specials and all that type of stuff, and they'll only let me come on as a stand-up. They won't have me as a guest, so
they won't let you just do panel. They won't
let me do it. And like I've done Kimmel several times. I do Conan a lot.
Right.
They won't let me do panel, but I don't know. What am I going to fucking go on there and play one of his games where I smash an egg on my fucking forehead?
Yeah, give him 5 minutes of your old stuff. Give him 5 minutes of the old stuff.
George Bush, how long is this guy going to be here for?
Right.
Fucking cunt this guy.
All right, you want stand-up? I'll give you stand-up.
Here we go.
All right, what do we need? Pete, you good? SNL's coming back?
I'm good.
And,
SNL's coming back. My special SMD comes out on October 29th
it's
on
really
Comedy Central.
Fucking good, man.
It's good if you're 20.
No!
If you're a young college kid, you will relate. If you're not, wait 8 years and then watch my next special.
fucking
Don't
love
sell
it.
it short.
No, that wasn't done.
It's decent. It's not.
Why do you think it's only good for younger people?
I don't know. I just I have a very self-deprecating, but I have a rough time believing that like anyone over the age of 23 actually listens to anything.
Okay, you know what's sadder?
No.
Like my audience is aging with me. It's not like it's getting better. By the time I'm 60, it's like I've just been playing a fucking... It's going to be like Elvis towards the end.
Yeah, wait till they start bringing their kids.
Well, no, this is it. A lot of people bring, like... There's a lot of dads who bring, like, their 14-year-old kid to come and see me, like, we got a bit of bonding. A bit of dirty stuff.
And then just a bunch of questions on the ride home.
Yeah, that's all. All I ever do is I go, "Where's the mum? Where's the mum at home?" And I do that. I go, you know, your mum used to suck his dick all the time, and they think that's their most outrageous.
Yeah, they're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and you know they're on the way home, and they're gonna have that all. You know, probably shouldn't tell mum about the about how she sucks cock, Dad? Probably keep that to ourselves.
Jim Jefferies tonight, Foxwoods in Connecticut, and then tomorrow at the Borgata. And then the Netflix special is fucking great. It really is
it's on
awesome.
Netflix.
Anything else? Yeah, it's on Netflix.
No, nothing else. I've got some other gigs coming up. Just go to my webpage. You know, I'm always gigging somewhere.
JimJefferies.com. And Vic?
I got Pittsburgh and Baltimore with Kathleen and Omaha Bone.
This was a blast.
So, yeah.
Have a good weekend. See you Monday.